get to that part. But if he's then asking for $1.7 million in a GoFundMe, well, he's then incentivized to make the claims as big as he could possibly think of.
Yeah.
And that's what matters at the end of the day, whether he asks for $1.7 million and doesn't get it. So the GoFundMe.
Okay, yeah, that's a perfect example, Willie. Exactly. Listen to your words right there.
E.G. lately standing for what's right.
I'm interested in this Willy Chud story thing. Don't know the whole story on this. Okay, so Willie Mac show. It got a lot of blowback, specifically from Chud's audience, because Willie Mac asked people to review it. So here's just a preview. We're not going to sit and watch the whole Willie Mac show stuff, because he does go over the entire Mr. Beast drama, which... Honestly, I already made a video talking about that, so if you guys haven't seen that one, check that one out. But instead, I will just add some of the things that Willie Mac says that kind of got him in a little bit of trouble during this video. So this is just a quick little preview of Willie Mac's video about Mr. Beast. It's called Mr. Beast's Criminal Cult of Predators Abusing Employees and Dog Pack Slander. New information. So this was posted 5 days ago. He said it's been met with the most... it's been the most disliked video he has ever made. Like, he's getting the most blowback. And it's not like he said anything really unfair in it, but let's just take a quick peek at this thing.
Mr. Beast is YouTube's biggest creator turned villain.
Do you want a heart to save your life? Or do you want a Mr. Beast rap Tesla?
I would literally kill myself for a Tesla.
Good boy.
That now has lost harassment, causing psychological damage, pain for contestants.
Kind of true, though.
Many challenges involve children. And there's even allegations of him harboring multiple predators and protecting them.
These are some very serious allegations. Mr. Beast's team, they are denying these allegations.
They're gonna reach out to me and say they want me to say that it was consensual.
As well as many other allegations such as rigging competitions, faking videos, illegal lotteries, charity scams, and causing obesity.
If you get a soda, it's over 2,000 calories for one meal. Poor diet and especially excessive sugar.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's kind of, some of it's stupid. When you go back and Dog Pack's talking to you about how unhealthy stuff is. But there's a specific one I want to show you guys that we're going to be talking about in the debate today that we kind of unleashed chick nugs on, and that's referring to not LaQuia Hill. Where is the other one at? Dog Pack's Reckless. Jimmy knew about Delaware. Chris Tyson's worse than you thought. I'm trying to find the one about Ty Ori, because the guy who won at $1.7 million. The verdicts, abused employees. Maybe this is no, that can't be right. Here it is. Okay. So this is particularly what I want to focus on today.
More of these to do.
Here's another one. An intern claims he was flown out to Mr. Beast headquarters. He's got proof of him there. He also has proof that he pitched an obstacle course in the sky.
Mario style. Floating obstacle course. Instead of using floating blocks, which is impossible.
Oh, that music.
Floating rack hoisted by 4 cranes.
I got PTSD.
Floating rack hoisted 200 feet in the air. Start from one platform to another to advance. Safety harness will be eliminated due to the net underneath the platform.
He has drawings on the whiteboard from his pitch. He says this gets approved and they start budgeting.
So I pitched this idea and they absolutely loved it. The budget was originally $1.7 million. That intro alone cost $1.7 million. They've set a date, they set a location, and now they have a new renewed budget for this video, and everything's great. I'm so happy.
But at the end of the day, they don't hire him and they send him home.
Unfortunately, we have decided not to move forward with your candidacy at this time. We really appreciate you coming out and vibing with us. We would consider you for a role like this in the future, but timing isn't quite right. And the rest are about receipts.
They never hit him back. And 4 months later, what video comes out on Mr. Beast?
I have built the most deadly obstacle course in the world.
It was a floating Mario course with swinging hammers. It's 200 feet in the air.
I would hardly call that a Mario course. See, this is kind of some of the stuff that Willie's getting himself in trouble for. Also, Willie decided during this video not to bring up the fact that Tayori asked for $1.7 million. These are all little things that kind of people got really mad at Willie for. And I think that he found himself in a bit of trouble because he kind of took shots at Dog Pack, but he also took shots at Mr. Beast, thus kind of leaving himself, how do I want to put this? Like, not really being favored by either side. because he basically managed to piss off everybody else. So, yes. Hey, what's up, Queen? Yeah, Annette was involved, but Willie Mack Show versus Chud sounds fun. Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look. So Chud reacted to this video, and Chud kind of found himself, you know, he didn't go super hard on Willie Mack, but his chat did. His chat was like, this is trash. Like, this is probably the worst thing that we've ever seen Willie do. I was in that chat during a time, and people were telling Willie to delete his channel. People were saying some really harsh shit. So we're going to end up taking a look at this, and then we're going to chime in where we can. I don't have a dog in either fight. I like both Chud and Willie. I mean, obviously, I've never spoken to Willie, but I've talked to Chud before. So technically, I'm going into this liking Chud more. But that's not how I do stuff, right? I tend to just base things on merit, because that's the only way you get respect. And if that upsets Chud, I'm sorry. But I haven't reacted to this. I only skimmed through this earlier just to see if there was enough here to have content out of. So there is. So everybody buckle up your seats. I'm going to try to only stop where major points are. You know me, though. I tend to be a Paul Zandy, so I apologize for that. But let's take a look at Chud versus Willie Mack. This is Chud's video. He says, I thought Willie Mack's drama video sucked, so we argued about it.
I think it calls into question his credibility, because he's put together this video. Well, actually, I'm about to explain. He's put together this video. Okay, that's fine. Some of them are saying you should top yourself, to be honest.
Was it Queen Man?
No,
was it him again?
No, it wasn't Freeman, no. To contextualize his actions.
Well, you say context. The context is just like fluff, though. It's none of that's actual hard information.
No. He's put out a video.
If he premeditated that, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I don't care. I fail to see that's my problem. Anyway, I knew that was going to be optically disastrous for me, because I'm basically arguing for black interns to be slaves.
You don't even know, bro. How can we have this conversation?
Because one of those things has got to be a lie, Willie, you retard.
Oh, so you're poisoning your kid. Maybe we should call CPA on you, dude. Get your child protected services out of here.
So just so everybody knows, Chud and Willie are friends, but Chud says very clearly during this interview that, you know, he doesn't want to sit here and just have a very casual conversation. He knows that this is entertainment, and he wants to try to give people entertaining. So he basically doubles down on his stuff and tries to, you know, keep it entertaining for the people at home, which makes sense. I don't know much about Willie Mack or Chud, but I have watched Chud. I have watched Chud, but not Willie. Willie doesn't do live streams. Willie does strictly edited videos, which is fine. But Willie hopped on the live stream, and he seemed to hold himself pretty well. I like Willie's content personally. I thought his Nerd City video was trash. I am not too big of a fan of this video either, because I do feel like he missed over a lot of context. But let's see what he has to say for himself. With that said, though, I do think that Willie does make some solid points during this argument.
Hello, mate. Oh,
Isn't Mr. Beast greatest warrior?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Did you just say I'm Mr. Beast? Oh, you're Mr. Beast Greatest Warrior.
No, you're Mr. Beast greatest warrior.
No, you are. I've heard.
No.
Listen, guys, we all know I'm Mr. Beast's greatest warrior, okay? I mean, just go look at my videos responses. Everybody says I sweep professionally for Mr. Beast. Like, let's not get it twisted. I'm Mr. Beast's greatest warrior.
No, you are,
no,
dude.
It's you are.
Hold on, let me turn on, let me figure out my camera here.
El Jarappa, what's up? Hi, what's good, my dude, man? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm a little disappointed because the reason you don't like the video is not the same reason that the majority of the people commenting don't like the video.
Yeah.
I feel like if I wanted to get that response, I'd have to talk to like Dogpack or somebody. But
I was actually thinking about this, because you are basically, you know, you're like a whore in a gangbang. You're like getting it from all sides, aren't you? Really?
Well, I'm
it's a whore in a gangbang.
Much from outside of like from your opinion, I think Nick DiOrio might have a similar one, because he also hates Jake Weddle and all that.
Okay.
Is your
We're not fans of Jake Weddle on this channel, unfortunately, but you know, I've also decided to pull back my attacks on him. I don't really, you know, what's the guy's biggest crime? You know, he wants to be a YouTuber, same as me. So I'm not gonna be. If anything, I still think he's a bit of a wuss. But other than that, I'm not gonna really take shots at these guys anymore.
So your main beef was with Ty, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Ty Ori, the guy who asked for $1.7 million for getting, the idea to Mr. Beast. Now, I will admit, Willie Mack is about to make a pretty good argument here on behalf of Diori. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think my main issue that I had was I think you showed too much kind of charity to Jake Weddle and to Ty, and I think you also left out crucial information that would recontextualize some of your takes. For example, we can dig into this, obviously. The fact that Ty...
Okay, let's focus on Ty, because you just had that up. I just rewatched his two videos.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll talk about Jake Weddle, because I must talk about Jake Weddle. Okay, I've got to get some Jake Weddle hate in here. So, okay, with the Ty thing, $1.7 million question, okay, why did you not include the fact that this guy had set up a GoFundMe for $1.7 million?
Because it's not relevant to the facts of the claims there. I'm making a video that's on Mr. Beast, that's focusing on the facts of it. So I'm going, did Mr. Beast take this guy's idea? Like, fly this guy out, this guy pitched it, the pitch got accepted, and did Mr. Beast do that? Those are the claims. The claims isn't to dive into...
Hang on one second, guys. I need to... I'm logging in to go make Soul a moderator over on Kick real quick. But this is an important point to me, so I don't want to miss this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's weird because Kick usually doesn't ask me for a code, but they did this time, so. Alright. Oh my god. I hate when it does that. Sorry about the dead air. But again, I don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss this video here because this is an important piece here that I want to comment on. All right, where is Soul? Okay, how do I add you as a moderator? I can pin you. Mod actions. How do I make someone a moderator over on Kick? This makes no sense. Does anybody know how to make a moderator over on Kick? Everybody able to help me with that? Congratulations on passing 75K subs, Aldrapper. We don't react to music here. I mean, it's essentially what she's getting at. We don't react to music here. So I don't know why you'd want me to react to your song. I'm probably going to shit on it if I do, so I don't think you want me to. Because we don't listen to rap, so it doesn't matter how good it is. If you want me to be like, this fucking sucks, then maybe, you'd want me to listen to it, but... What the friggity fricks? There's really no way. I guess I can't make a moderator until right now. All right, he's out of here. He's out. I just banned him. I don't got time for people to be begging me to watch their music. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out one day. But if anybody figures out how to make mods over on Kick, please let me know. At EGA/mod username. How do I do that? I sent you a DM. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I have to do this real quick just because I need to give Soul the power to do that so I don't have to stop the stream to do this stuff. Because I don't want people coming in and... I don't want people coming in and basically trying to derail the stream by trying to beg me to go watch their music videos, which seems to happen a lot. It's been happening more and more. They're like, please react to my music video. Trust me, you don't want me reacting to your music video, especially if it's like rap. I'm probably going to shit all over you. Adding moderators via chat command. In your stream, write the following. Oh. Okay. Well, that seems easy enough. That's kind of a weird way of doing it, though, if you ask me. Sorry again. Sorry. What in the hell? Mod. Again, sorry guys, I suck at this, I know. I apologize. Once we get going though, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna have to cut this out of the replay, but I have to do this real quick. It says was not found. I know, that's what I thought too, Chappie, but it says there's no way to add it. It says you have to go in and type mod slash. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have to use the thing. All right, let me try this again. Okay, I figured it out. I might as well mod you too, Chappie. Okay. All right, cool. All right, sorry about that. Good. I need them to be able to change. I need them to be able to address stuff when I can't, you know? So now that's done. All right, let's get back to this. I want to go back just a pinch because something I think Willie said here is important. Yeah, you guys can get... Yeah, exactly. You can get some rough viewers on Kick, so I want you guys to be able to handle it if you need to.
Do you not include the fact that this guy had set up a GoFundMe for 1.7? Okay, I've got to get the fact that Ty...
Okay, let's focus on Ty, because you just had that up. I just
As you guys know, Chick Nugs went crazy with on Tyori. So, hey, what's up, Audrey W? What happened? We're watching a thing between Willie Mac Show and Chud. And if you're talking about why I just had to like pause right there, it's because, you know, we have people on Kick basically trying to beg us to watch their music videos, and it gets annoying. So I'd just rather not deal with it. I'm not, you know, as nice as it might be to get those people to become followers, I don't want them constantly just coming in and begging us to watch their music videos. First off, I'm not going to be nice about it. I'm probably going to shit on you, so you don't want me watching it. And two, it just derails the whole entire stream. So I had to go over and make sure that I can mod some people over on Kick who are there every day to keep track of it. All right, so let's get back to this conversation here. Chud brings up a great point. Willie doesn't talk about the 1.7 million GoFundMe, which I think is a huge mistake.
Watched his two videos.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll talk about Jake Weddle, because I must talk about Jake Weddle. Okay, I've got to get some Jake Weddle hate in here. So, okay, with the Ty thing.
Sure.
$1.7 million question, okay. Why did you not include the fact that this guy had set up a GoFundMe for $1.7 million?
Because it's not relevant to the facts of the claims there.
Yeah, but, oh, God, okay. Now, I know Chud's probably going to say this, but, like, it shows that Tyori's was mainly focused on money during this whole thing. Like, even if you go into the comments of Tyori's page, it said, like everybody says, I've never once seen someone who made such a great argument and destroyed it in the last 2 seconds of their video by asking for $1.7 million. That was super dumb. Like, I think people probably would look at consider Tyori to be like Jake Weddle-esque style of exposure. But the minute he brought up $1.7 million in GoFundMe money, his whole entire thing, his whole argument was over. It was done. And it is relevant, Willie, because it's essentially saying that you can't even believe this guy because this sounds like a money grab, right?
I'm making a video that's on Mr. Beast, that's focusing on the facts of it. So I'm going, did Mr. Beast take this guy's idea? Like, fly this guy out. This guy pitched it. The pitch got accepted. And did Mr. Beast do that? Those are the claims.
But another issue that I pointed out during Tyori's video, you know, I know this might be a little nitpicky, but anybody could draw something on a whiteboard and say that it was their idea. You know, do we even know it was his idea to pitch, or was he taking pictures of ideas that he came up with other people, you know?
claims
That's
isn't
your
to dive
that's your
into.
choice. That's your choice to.
Hey, Daniels.
Focus, isn't it?
Well, that is the focus. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you've chosen to focus
Whether
on
he,
that.
no,
Okay,
hold
go
on.
on, go on.
Whether he went ahead and he made a fucking GoFundMe for $1.7 million or whatever it was, the budget of the video, which was stupid to ask for. He got hate from it immediately, and he's got comments and he left the comments up responding to a lot of that hate, right? To me, that's irrelevant to the claims against Mr. Beast. What's the point?
Okay,
Even
so
talking
the
about that.
point I would make, so first of all, the kind of narrow focus aspect. You've made that choice, and I understand that you can't address everything this guy's ever done. Like, if there's images of him wearing panties 2 years ago and he's trans, you're probably not going to mention that, even though I find it funny, okay? The reason I think it's important to mention that as key context is I think it calls into question his credibility. Because he's put together this video, well, actually, I'm about to explain. He's put together this video, okay? That's fine. Listen, I'm actually pretty chill, but I kind of want to have an antagonistic conversation because the chat will like it, okay? So, 1.7 million.
That's important to remember because these guys are going to get pretty into it during this, but it's important to remember they're Chud knows how to entertain his audience.
It calls it into credibility, it's credibility question, because he's made this video with all these strong claims, right? Some of them could be true, and we can get to that part, but if he's then asking for $1.7 million in a GoFundMe, well, he's then incentivized to make the claims as big as he could possibly think of to justify
exactly, Chud,
and to convince people to give him money in the GoFundMe.
So I feel like the $1.7 million.
Hell yeah, this party just keeps getting better. The more the merrier.
Hibiscus, advocatus diaboli, hibiscus, became a lately.
Hey, thank you so much. Oh my God, I think Advocatus Diaboli. Thank you so much for becoming a lately.
Asking that in the GoFundMe is maybe prescribes motive to him. I don't think it changed.
By the way, Advocatus has a great video breaking down the pierogi Savannah video too. So if you guys check it out, you won't be disappointed.
Just the receipts he brings to the table, and the receipts he brings to the table, I feel like are overwhelmingly damning. Like I feel like you can't really even argue a lot of them.
Well, we could get to that. So I've got a kind of
and that's what matters at the end of the day. Whether he asks for 1.7 million and doesn't get it.
Yeah,
I mean, who cares?
But the thing is, I think you're leaving out context that's key for the audience to have the full picture.
Yes.
Look at that and go, okay, so maybe he's got some points that he's correct on, but he's also potentially being dishonest or deceptive because he's then asking for money off the back of the video.
Right. So hold on.
On top of the money that he probably already got from monetizing it, because I'm not sure what Tyori's subscriber count was before that. I'm guessing it was probably over 1,000 subscribers, so his channel probably was monetized, and that video did really, really well for him, so he did get a lot of money, and then asking for money on top of that money, just, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way too, Chud.
If I ignore all of his right, because I don't show any of, he does a lot of grandstanding. I don't know if you watch the first or second video all the way through. He does a lot of grandstanding, I'm standing up for the little guy, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that.
Yeah, he does.
I don't care about any of that. That's not in the video either. The only thing that's in there is the receipts. What facts does Ty bring to the table when it comes to his claims?
Well, first off, Willie, and Chud, I don't believe Chud brings this up, but remember, Tyori doesn't even remember applying for the Mr. Beast job. So for all he knows is Mr. Beast was like, yo, I like the way this guy does content. Let's get him out here and see if he has any good ideas. Plus, also, I don't think that they bring up that Tyori also added in his back and forth video that he was antagonistic towards the person who ran his group. So that's another issue. He said, oh, I went above that person to, because I was pissing them off. What's up, Sir Nappy Earl Grey over on X? So again, it's like, these are things that and I know being in a debate, it's easy to forget these types of things, but I kept listening. When I was listening and skimming through this earlier, I was like, come on, Chud, bring up the fact that he doesn't even remember applying for Mr. Beast. Bring up the fact that he doesn't remember, what was I even going to say? Bring up the fact that he was already telling people on Facebook that he already got the job. These are things that are important to show the type of person that Tyori is. Also, the fact that oh my God, I just got it. I lost the idea, got it back, went to go say it, and then lost it again. That's how freaking tired I am right now, guys. I'm so sorry. I know it'll come to me in a second. Hang on, what the was I just saying? Yeah, God, I'm so dumb. Remind me never to get in debate when I am fuzzy and out of it like I am right now. But Tyori, essentially, it doesn't seem trustworthy because, he said he went above management. So the guy that he was supposed to come out and test do a vibe check, which he was already told ahead of time that it was a vibe check and that he was getting paid to fly. I mean, he wasn't getting paid, but all expenses paid to come out there. They paid for his stuff. Now, if you came out there and you had a revolutionary idea and you got a job with Mr. Beast, this story is a lot different, right? But it's the fact that he came out there, self-admitted in his video that he rubbed people the wrong way because the person who was the head of his group didn't like him because they didn't think of the idea, which I thought was bullshit. And I'm sure, he doesn't talk about what was read in that little thing that he signs when he gets there, which probably, in my opinion, was probably a waiver saying any ideas you come up with while you're here at the Mr. Beast are now properties of Mr. Beast. So, again, is it fucked up that Mr. Beast does this? Yeah, but at the same time, the incentive behind why Tayori did it was, silly. He went into this trying to try and get a job, and at the same time, he got let down because he didn't get the job. So, it's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. Save your good ideas for the other stuff, And then they used it, which I think that you can add that you created a Mr. Beast idea on your resume is going to look pretty good when you go trying to get jobs at other places or if you try to work with other YouTubers. However, coming forward and spilling the tea on your time at Mr. Beast is not going to look good to other YouTubers, and they're probably not going to hire you because they think that you're just going to come out and tattletale on them the minute something doesn't go your way. So, again, I understand what Willy's saying, that it's fucked up that Mr. Beast is bringing these people out to give them ideas. But why didn't we hear about other people? Why didn't we hear this same story from other people? Like, don't you think if Tayori got this kind of juice, there would be several other people who've come forward to be like, yeah, he stole my idea too? Or is Tayori the only person who, thought of the idea of Mario Brothers, and decided that, he's got valid criticism?
Right? I can't go over
but
all of these characters being
hold
on, inconsistent with or maybe not inconsistent is the word. What's the word? Like all of their sketchy motives or like what could be like dishonest motives from them. Because the video's not on that. All I'm there for is the information. What is the raw facts?
Sure, but I just think that it's a piece of information that adds key context that would at least allow people to have a broader understanding of this guy and to maybe contextualize his actions.
I think that leaving out
I get it.
the 1.7 is a big issue.
So the reason for leaving that out is because I just don't think it's that important. It doesn't change any of the claims or anything I say in the video.
It's massively important, though, Willy, because I think that it like Chud said, it changes the entire context of why this guy came forward in the first place.
Yeah, sure.
What does knowing that this guy had a GoFundMe that raised $400 and then immediately was refunded within like a day, right? What does that change from what I say in the video?
Because it makes people think that his intention behind releasing all this information is that he just wants money. I know you're a smart guy, Willy. I know that you're trying to defend your decisions that you made in your video. And on the grand scheme of things, you might be right in that it doesn't affect what happened in the video, but it changes the context about why he came forward in the first place. And that can hurt his credibility.
I don't get it.
I mean, it gives further context to allow people to understand that, listen, this guy made these claims. You could even say, this guy made these claims and I think he's got good evidence for it. It's important to note that following this, he did ask for $1.7 million.
Yes.
He then was told to back down by Dogpack, and that's why he ended up deleting it, okay? I think it adds further context.
Was he asked to back down by Dogpack?
Yes. You can't see it now because the comments are gone. You can
well, no, I do see Dogpack's comment up, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, Dogpack reached out to him privately and convinced him to take it down.
Did he? And where was this posted?
Well, I don't have access to it offhand. The reason is because it was in the comments that are now hidden. I did try and look.
Yeah, it was in the comment section underneath Tayori's video.
For it, I looked on YouTube Drama.
Oh yeah, no, I have the comment right here. Oh, you want me to show? We can read it. I didn't pause and read the whole thing, but I just wanted to see like, hey, are these comments were up when he was getting heat for the
well, here's the thing as well, and that's.
Null at the God YouTube. What did I just walk into? So we're basically walking. Pivot. We're basically walking through Willy Mack's show and Chud Logic's debate about all the Mr. Beast drama going on. Willy Mack show, essentially, TLDR is that Willy Mack show made a video. He got a lot of blowback for the video. He doesn't really understand why. So he asked for people in the reaction community, commentary community, to react to his video. Chud reacted to the video, and didn't think it was that bad, but his chat really was like laying into Willy to the point where they were trying to tell him to delete his channel and shit. So Chud's basically taking the defense of trying to explain to Willy why people don't like his video, and Willy's trying to explain why his video is correct. So now you're all caught up. What's up, Jessica Nelson? How you doing?
The other point that I want to get to with the 1.7 million, even if you, okay. Oh, that's from the Tom video.
Yeah, he says also, this is me reading this for the first time, too.
Sure,
I didn't get a chance to check it out. I also start on an unpaid vibe check, blah, blah, blah. With 20.
It is possible that Willy Mack just missed the research around this part of the Taiori thing and just heard what Taiori's claims was, thought it was based, and then came out with it. But I think that including this in your video, Willy Mack would have made a big difference in the way that people react.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? I can't say whether or not the company was cycling unpaid workers, but they definitely were taking their or benefiting from unpaid labor, whatever. I mean, I guess that's corroborating from Dogpack. How much he actually knows about that, though, I'm unclear.
It's true.
I also the fact that the
Fair.
full-time creative pulls ideas straight from the job application database.
Chud chat is a little unhinged. When they reviewed my pierogi video, most of them were actually pretty cool about it, but there were a few people in there being like, "You suck," you know. It's just because I'm new. A lot of people don't know who I am, and the minute that they get exposed to me, they're like, I don't know who this guy is. Tell him to go F off. It's essentially just the way the internet works. But once they get more used to your name, you got to take your licks like the rest of us.
I also the GoFundMe was AIDS. Glad he took it down.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make it clear that he reached out. But I'm telling you,
I don't,
listen,
where
I
did
don't
he
have
say
it
he
to hand.
reached
I don't
out?
have it to hand. My word is my bond. I can assure you 100%, even though I can't prove it right now. Dogpack did reach out to him, and
I think it was Taiori's own words that he said Dogpack reached out to me. I don't know if it was through a tweet or what, but I do specifically remember someone saying Dogpack reached out to him and told him to take down the GoFundMe, which is why he took down the GoFundMe.
that was the main reason he took it down.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't.
Well, I mean that's good that he took it down, but I still I get what you're saying because obviously if I add it in, I don't think that really hurts my video at all or derails it too much. It's
Also,
simply though that
sorry,
I don't
I'll
feel
be
like
open about this. Chat kicking off.
I feel like it does. I guess
that
fair
comment
enough.
there, that comment you showed there, was that from Ty's video?
This is from. Let's check. Let's hear what Tom has to say.
If 100 people in his own words.
By the way, Tom hated Taiori. Tom went through Taiori's second video and didn't even get through the whole thing and basically told him to get off my screen.
Was he expecting 100 to opportunistically rake in a big chunk of change for himself? A chunk of change he never deserved in the first place. And he did it off the back of this social movement that he pretends to care about of the billionaires are destroying us. You don't give a shit. You wanted the money. Just say that. And Dogpack seemingly agrees with my assessment of this, at least in spirit, maybe not in the details, but based on a comment he left on a WestJet video. He said,
Oh, this is a WestJet video comment.
So
My
that's not
bad,
the same
dude.
comment that I'm talking about. No, it's all good.
No,
I
I was watching this Tom
That's
video
fine,
as we were playing it.
No, I don't have it to hand, and that's not because I didn't look for it. I knew that it might come up, but I couldn't find it because the comments have been restricted. Now, that brings me on to my second point of the 1.7 million. Even if you think that the argument that, it doesn't change the proof that you've shown isn't convincing.
Oh, yeah, the music. Yeah, that music in his video sucked.
Because Mr. Beast responded. Now, I think that there's another argument there that the reason he closed.
Yeah, this is a good debate. I gotta admit, I have respect for both Willy and for Chud. So I'm definitely feel like I'm in a weird spot here, trying to pick who is more based. But I usually find in my ideals usually align with Chud's more than any other creator that I've come across. Maybe it has to do with us being the same age or something, but I don't know. But it's not like I think Willy's wrong a lot. I just think that he's missing, he did jump into this late, and a lot of people like Chud, myself, a lot of other people like Cope and Seath, Beckett, they've all been following this since day one. So all this drama going on with Mr. Beast. So we tend to be well informed. As where a guy like Willy Mack, who's putting together an entire video researching all of it, may miss things that at the time were available to us who are reacting to it in real time that aren't available to Willy as he's researching this and trying to pull information.
The comments is because loads of people were pointing out that he'd asked for $1.7 million in a GoFundMe. So without adding that context, you're saying it's because Mr. Beast responded. And, there's an argument there that he did it because loads of people were having to go at him for the $1.7 million GoFundMe.
Yeah, I guess there is an argument there for that, but I don't know. I guess I don't feel like it's that important. Is it? Is it? Because he left the comments up for a long time on that.
It is important,
I'm not saying it's important enough, as some of my chat have said, that you need to delete the video. I think that's crazy. I just think
people are asking I delete the video.
I mean, some of them were haters.
Yeah, some people were saying delete your whole channel, Willy.
Some of them were asking you.
You might not in this chat. Fucking ban that guy, dude.
Some of them were saying you should top yourself. To be honest.
Was it Queen Man?
No, it
Was
wasn't
it him
Freeman.
again?
No, it wasn't Freeman. No, it was a black.
God
guy.
damn this
Anyway,
dude.
don't worry. I haven't seen his coverage of.
Trust me, I get it. My whole drive home is traffic right now with big trucks just going way too slow. Yeah, you know, big trucks are important because they bring us our goods, but yeah, they suck to drive around.
I don't know if you did cover it, but anyway, so I understand that the argument that it shows motive, isn't necessarily convincing to you. I get that.
Yeah,
I think
I
it does
don't
show
think
motive.
that convincing.
I think it does show motive. But we can move past.
Okay,
that.
okay, but hold on. Let's bring it back. What does it fundamentally actually change?
Intention, Willie. It shows it changes the entire tension behind why Taiori wanted to come forward in the first place. So, as someone who is unfamiliar with who Taiori is, which probably most people were, or you're somebody who is unfamiliar with the Mr. Beast situation, when you hear Taiori say, "I want $1.7 million, we need to stick up for the little guy and stop letting these big people bully us around by giving me $1.7 million," you're basically convincing your audience. Well, I don't know now. Like, is this guy only doing this for money, or is he like legitimately angry? Like, that's essentially the gist that I think Chud's trying to like portray to Willie Mack.
My claim is Mr. Beast blew this guy out.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Took his video. I think it's undeniable. There's so much proof of this.
He didn't take his video. Mr. Beast prompted him with a theme. He didn't take. See again, Willie. I think Willie's missing massive context here. The fact that he thinks that he took his whole video is ridiculous. Taiori was put on the video, the world's most dangerous obstacle course, which was created before Taiori was even flown out there. So Taiori's job was to create ideas for the world's most dangerous obstacle course for Mr. Beast. It looks like Mr. Beast ended up using a part of it, but they didn't like the way that he interacted with a lot of other coworkers around him. And Taiori himself in the video said, "Oh, I know I pissed this person off because I went over their head. Oh, I know I pissed this person off because they didn't think of the idea I did." A lot of shit like that is exactly why he didn't get hired. For all we know, this could clearly have been an opportunity for him to get a job with Mr. Beast. But if you don't like really break it down, the only reason I know I remember all this shit is because Chick Nugs did it, and that was a memorable video.
And then he posts his defense of it, Mr. Beast's defense of it, which I do cover, is him saying, well, here's some drawing screenshots from 2023, which I would argue is referencing a different video he made back.
Oh man, Willie, you were so wrong here. He sent that to Keemstar to show that this idea was already existing before Taiori even got flown out. And Taiori himself said, "I got hired to work on the video, the world's most dangerous obstacle course." It wasn't like I think Willie thinks that Taiori came up with the idea of the world's most dangerous obstacle course. They took a small piece of Taiori's idea and used it in the obstacle course. Sure, they did. But it wasn't that like original of an idea. I mean, we all watched Wipeout, right? But this is like the big issue here, in my opinion. Willie, so far he is Null the God. And I appreciate that because I think right now you're right. I think that see, I know Chud likes Willie because him and Willie are friends. I've never met Willie though, so I think I can go in a little harder here. But like, this is the context that I think Willie's missing, and we talked about that Taiori video, I think, all night. So I think I remember obsessing over every little detail this guy said. So I think that's why I remember this. But as Willie, somebody who came in later to rehash all this stuff and make a video about it, it's clear to me he just missed a lot of this stuff.
Back then.
I mean, we'll get to that as well because I've got some disagreements with
so
this.
My whole thing is, I hear your claim. I feel like I analyze that differently. I don't feel like it's that important. But even still, what does it actually fundamentally change?
I mean, in terms of the claims of the video.
No, the actual claims that he stole the video.
Okay, again, I'm just going to lay it out one more time for Willie Mack. He was flown out there specifically to get put into a group for what was called a vibe check. So Taiori already knew ahead of time that he was coming out there for a vibe check, which isn't a promise of a job. It's more like an audition for a job. And he said that he ruffled people's feathers while he was there, and that he pissed off whoever the number one creator in that group, because they didn't think of the idea. So I'm assuming he was probably flexing on people or pissing people off why he was there. That's why he didn't end up getting hired. Had he come up with that idea and also got along with everybody at Mr. Beast, maybe he would have got the job. But you're missing the point here that not one was he ever promised a job, Willy. He knew what he was going out there to do. Once he got there, he was hired to be on that video, to work specifically on that video, and he came up with the Annette thing. Yeah, I believe it's an audition. That's a good word to use. Yeah. I mean, as someone who did theater before, I can go out and sing my heart out, crush the entire song, but if the director doesn't view me as the guy for the role, then that doesn't mean I'm going to get it. That's essentially all it is. And I think this is like where Willy's getting lost a little bit, because I think Willy thinks that like Mr. Beast begged this guy to come out and give him ideas, which wasn't really the case. Maybe begs is a little not the best word to use, but and remember, Tayori said that I didn't even remember applying for Mr. Beast. The email showed up for me one day, and I thought it was a scam because I don't remember ever applying to be on Mr. Beast. So, there's a lot of things in here that Willy probably missed over. That gives him even more reason for Chud to win. Yeah, right now I think Chud's making more points. I think Chud's holding back, though. I do think Chud's holding back. Or either that or Chud's gone over so much content that he's missing some of the details in here that we're talking about now. I left for 15 minutes to help my dad, and my toddler got my phone. I hope he didn't send anything in the chat. Oh, so you don't want to play with num-nums then, Audrey. What's up, New Moon?
Okay, well, it doesn't necessarily fundamentally change the claim if you're saying, I'm just looking at what he's claimed and what Mr. Beast's response is. I guess my point would be that you've got too narrow a focus, and and that means that you're then missing key context, which would, A, allow people more context to contextualize his actions. And
you say context. The context is just like fluff, though. It's
none
of that's actual hard information.
He's put out a video shitting on
Mr.
No. He's put out a video. I'm shitting on Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast did something bad to me. Also, off the back of that, Mr. Beast did something bad to me, guys, to the tune of $1.7 million. As I said in my video, please give me $1.7 million for the GoFundMe.
Exactly, Chud.
It's all linked together.
No, hold on. Him saying that provides motive. It doesn't change his claim. His claim's the same.
Exactly. So
it's
you've got
the same
narrow
claim.
Focus, and it provides.
Yeah, but the only reason.
To a possible motive.
The only reason. Oh my God! Why is it not pausing? The only reason people have a problem with the Willy Mack is because it makes you think the guy only came forward with these claims because he wants the $1.7 million. I don't know where you're missing this, Willy. I don't know where you're missing the point that everybody thinks that Tayori only came forward because he wants money.
Video in order to justify doing the GoFundMe.
Hold on.
Not to mention that he also came out at the same time Dogpack came out at the same time Jake Weddle came out with all of those people all at the same exact time. It shows opportunistic, it shows intention, and it shows, poor motive. Does that change, again, though, does it change the fact that what Tayori's saying is probably true? No. But it definitely changed people's perception of Tayori. They don't feel empathetic to him anymore. They think this guy just wants money. So they're not going to care what happened to you, Tayori, because you asked for money. And you asked for an obscenely large amount of money.
Hold on. If I fucking get in a car accident, right, and the evidence is it was an accident, there's a slippery road, the brakes I hit the brakes and the tires locked because there's fucking ice on the road, and there's video of me sliding into the car, right? And then somebody comes out and goes, fuck Willy, he did it on purpose, right? Well, what do I go with? Do I go with the guy who's like, or that said he did it on purpose, or do I go with the guy that has all the information? Not the guy, just like look at the facts. I don't even need the guy.
Well, I mean, again, Willy, this is the point, though. Did someone tell you probably shouldn't go out driving today because it's really dangerous conditions? You should probably stay home and not go on the roads. And you blow past that and ignore them and go driving anyway. Then yeah, I think people will probably have a different opinion about your accident.
You can just look at the video and know.
I don't feel we need to go into the realms of hypotheticals to talk about this.
Well, it's just I don't understand, because it's like all that is needed is the fact. So I don't understand this whole like we got to provide motive for this. The motive's irrelevant.
If the facts are what are important, though, Willy, then you need to include all of the reasons why people are shitting on Tayori, including the $1.7 million GoFundMe, including the fact that he doesn't remember, including the fact that he told people on Facebook that he already got the job with Mr. Beast when he didn't, including the point that Mr. Beast paid for his entire flight out there, paid for his hotel while he was there, and paid for his hotel back, including paying for his dog and any other funding that Tayori had to cover while he was out there. Davion Phoenix, I hate political season. Too many ads. Yeah, I know, Davion. I'm sorry, dude. It sucks. Like, if I got to hear one more video about fucking Dave McCormick, especially since I'm in PA, which is a swing state, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. I said if someone makes me watch a political ad like a couple months before the elections even happen, you purposely do not get my vote on that alone. Money is the root of all evil, and people come with excuses to justify why they need it. And that's a good point too, Nola. It's like this guy didn't lose any money from doing this with Mr. Beast, and now he can add that he worked with Mr. Beast in the past. That's gonna help him get jobs. What's up, Zach Starbuck? He's gonna help him get jobs in the future. You know. I heard EG doesn't like political ads. Dogpack, you're right.
I'm not saying that you absolutely have to provide motive. I just think in this particular instance, there's something which you could look at, which could attribute motive to the guy, that is critical to telling the full picture of this guy's claims. It's like Keffels claimed that Kiwi Farms was coming after them and set up a GoFundMe. Would you leave out the fact they've set up a GoFundMe if you're reporting on Keffels with Kiwi Farms coming after them?
Say that again?
Would you have just done a video saying, oh my God, guys, Kiwi Farms is coming after Keffels. It's real bad. It's terrible. It's atrocious. And leave out the fact that they then asked for a bunch of money in a GoFundMe afterwards, because that then attributes motive and possible further bad behavior that they're engaging in off the back of the claims about Kiwi Farms.
That's a great point, Chud. See, Willy doesn't even know. I don't think Willy was paying attention.
But I mean, dude, the Kiwi Farms situation is about Keffels like falsely raising like $100,000. So the GoFundMe.
Okay, yeah, that's a perfect example, Willy. Exactly. Listen to your words right there. This guy's trying to falsely raise $1.7 million. It is no different.
All accounts, the only reason he didn't do it is because he was stopped. Someone told him to not do it. Someone he trusted told him to not continue with it. What if he'd been successful? Let me ask you this. What if he'd been successful? What if he'd been successful? Well, Dogpack reached out to him and told him to not continue with the GoFundMe, and he took it down. What if he had been successful? What if we're a month
then he scammed people out of $1.7 million. I mean,
okay, listen to yourself, Willy. Okay, exactly, and that is why people hate the guy, and that's why nobody takes anything he says legitimately. Go look at Tyori's first video. I think it almost got like 1 million views, and then the second video, got 40,000. That's a huge difference in the two videos. That should show you that people didn't like the way that he presented himself in the first video. Enough to the point where over 1 million people decided not to watch his second video.
I don't know what to say. Okay, you got scammed. Right. He's still right. He's still right, but y'all got scammed. You know, like that's how I would feel.
If that happened, would you leave that out of the video and consider that not necessary context?
Yeah, I don't think it would be necessary other way. Maybe I'm
it's true, so
it's so absurd that people would donate that.
Okay,
like, maybe
you might
mention
it. But you might mention it. But you might mention it.
But because it's funny, not because it's fundamental.
But the thing is, I feel like you're acting like you need to completely change your characterization of it. All I'm saying is, I think you should have mentioned it because it was fair context to contextualize the entire story.
New Moon, okay, I get what that idiot did. Why are we still talking about it? Did something else happen? No. So Willy put out a video. I know some of you guys just joined, but Willy put out a video that kind of got shit on because anybody who's really, really up to date with all this feels like Willy Mack left out a lot of context involving certain aspects of the Mr. Beast drama that kind of made... it feels like Willy almost left him out to make his points seem more relevant. Willy is stuttering too much. He tries to come up with every excuse he can to make of the situation. Chud is looking at the context he was presented with and slowly connecting to the dots. I would agree with that. No, again, you know, Chud does this every day for a living. Chud has never used a script. Chud is like in his realm. Willy tends to format his videos a lot more. So it's definitely, this is Chud's realm, is, you know, thinking on the fly. Now, here's the problem though. Again, if Willy went and go, oh, I'm going to do a video on the Mr. Beast stuff, I need to go look up everything that I've missed so far because I was working on another video. He's going to miss so much of what Chud's already absorbed because he's doing it in real time. So I can't really even fault Willy that bad, but the fact that Willy's not backing down at all is kind of bad because it, you know, it's like Chud clearly knows more about the you know, the intricacies and the nuances behind this more than Willy does. Davion Phoenix, do these guys get anywhere? It's like it's like a whole just small time back and forth. Yeah, well, it's just both guys, you know, deciding what they want to do. But they do move on to other topics like Jake Weddle, a bunch of other stuff. But if you think they're going to randomly disagree and agree, I don't know. I can't promise you that, Davion.
Fine, but in your reaction, you made it seem like that was like a fundamental necessary thing for the story, and
Lyrics is versing Willy as well. I didn't know that.
In terms of his story of you know, he stole my idea, you can just talk about that and not mention the.
I'll verse you, Willy.
We want to focus on that. I think
because at that point again, he like already took it down.
But what about the thing about the comments? You claimed he took the comments down because Mr. Beast responded. I think there's an argument that he did it because the $1.7 million kept getting brought up in the replies.
I think that I could hear that argument for sure.
Okay. There you go.
I mean,
there you go, Davion. They got somewhere.
My bad on like that comment. I could hear that for sure. Yeah. I could see it both ways.
Okay. That's
all right. W Chud. W Chud.
We don't see eye to eye on the claim about the contextual argument. I think if you're going to make a claim about the comments getting removed, it does become more important because that could be a reason he decided to close the comments.
Oh yeah, the comments. Yeah, I could see it being for that. Absolutely.
All right. Well, at least we know now that Willy's open to hearing. You know, if you can win him over with a point, he'll be receptive to it. That scores extra points now with Willy. He's not just doubling down for the sake of doubling down. So that again is why I like Willy in the first place, because he's receptive to hearing things, and if you can make a point that he agrees with, he'll concede. Nobody's denying that Mr. Beast probably stole Tyori's idea. The problem people have, though, is in general, it's a generic idea, right, that anybody could have came up with. His team kept saying, Mario, my dog, look, proof of concept. My dog's named Mario. It meant nothing. Like, it was just a bunch of stupid shit.
Okay. So you should have included it then.
The 1.7, yeah. If I'm going to mention the comments, it probably would have been worth bringing that up.
All right, thank you.
Otherwise, like, I could see it being for that. I'd have to fucking talk to Ty. You know, I don't know. You know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, I don't even know if you would, because you could say
the thing is,
I'm not, you know, you could say it could be because Mr. Beast responded. However, he did also put out a controversial request for 1.7 million.
Yes.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, I agree. If I were to go back, that would be the context of me mentioning it. I guess.
Although you'd have to also add to that one, he told people on Facebook that he already got the job with Mr. Beast when he didn't, right? He said, I accepted a job with Mr. Beast when he clearly didn't. It was an audition. So, you know, I have an interview with Mr. Beast would have been nicer, which tells me this guy has a flair for embellishing things. So that's another thing that I would suggest Willy adds if he does a if he revisits this video in the future. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna just probably move on to another topic altogether. But if we're gonna get nitpicky and talk about stuff, then that's something that I think is important to remember as well. One, he has a flair for overly, stating things. Hey, honey, and then he also has, he just kept saying Mario, which doesn't mean a whole lot to others.
Prescribed motive or anything, but for the comments being off.
And I could agree.
We're watching a debate about the Mr. Beast stuff.
Prescribing motive, right? Even if we disagree on that, I think even.
Well, I agree.
Could it have been a misunderstanding? Maybe he didn't know what it was and didn't ask many dumb questions, just assumed. Still dumb. Yeah. I mean, I think that people expect more out of Willy Mack now. This is like such a nuanced case that everybody has been involved in from the beginning. Like, where so many creators have been step by step watching all this stuff take place. And Willy's not a streamer. Willy is a guy who creates content. He goes and researches what's there and then puts it out. So if what's there is getting erased off the internet, which Tyori did delete all the comments, which takes away a lot of the stuff that we already knew because we watched it happen live, it's not Willy's fault if he didn't have the information available to him. But Chud was there. Chud's seen it all. And also, just a reminder, Chud is fair.
I agree that it's the motive. I disagree that the motive's relevant.
Okay. But the comments thing...
I would disagree that.
I could see that. I should have added an extra thing in there. That would have provided more, whatever.
Okay, cool. Now this is the point.
Context to the comments.
This is the point.
To not make it. Hold on. Let me clarify.
Please,
that would have provided more context to the comments, because what I go into then is actual other Mr. Beast employees whose comments were turned off or whose videos were taken down because of Mr. Beast's response. And I put Ty in that camp, which might not necessarily have been true. Okay. Just to clear everything up for everybody.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I will take that as a W for Chud during that part.
So I get that.
Score is 1-0, Chud, Willy 0. Now, moving forward, we're not sure what the score is going to be. Who's going to win in the end? It's anybody's game right now.
Excellent. This is the point now where I'm going to be the 100% Mr. Beast chill. So,
all right, do it.
The anti-Mr. Beast people are going to be on your side on this one.
This is such a dichotomy because it's like 90% of the comments are calling me the Mr. Beast shill. But now I'm all right. Let's do it. I'm in.
Yeah, if you guys make a video about Mr. Beast at all, you're going to get attacked. If you don't call Mr. Beast a pedo or a file or a horrible human being and a piece of shit, then you're going to be accused of sweeping for Mr. Beast. That's just how it seems to be going right now.
I do not think that Mr. Beast has any legal, moral, or ethical obligations to pay this guy any money.
I agree. I would second that.
Obviously not, because I feel like at the workplace, shit gets stolen all the time.
Okay.
Ethical, I mean, if you take this guy out based on his job application, where he pitches the idea is taken to a team where they whiteboard and fundamentally lay out the idea. Here, let me pull this up real quick just so I can read the claims here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Cat likes my glasses. Nice. It's almost like you agreed to marry me or something.
Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I would agree. We already talked about this when we went over the Taiori stuff, that Mr. Beast has no reason. Now, if Mr. Beast flew out Taiori and then didn't cover his flight or didn't cover any, that would be an L for Mr. Beast, and he should step up and pay for that for Taiori. But he already covered all that. So it's not like, that part's even relevant right now. But, he doesn't owe him for coming up with the idea. He flew him out there, gave him a test run. If Mr. Beast wanted, could he say, we did use something that was similar to your idea, so here's a couple, $1,000 here, whatever, maybe. But, at the end of the day, Taiori definitely made enough back within clout and being a household name. He just dropped the ball with his argument. Again, adding that $1.7 million makes me feel zero sympathy for Taiori, and I could care less whether or not he gets any money.
Oh, here we go. And the claims are every challenge, you get a new $100,000 that you risk it when you go to the next one. That it maxes out at $800K, which is the exact amount of money that's in the video, where there's a net instead of a harness. Big aspect of that video. The obstacle course with the monkey bars and everything. The hammer swinging, all that shit is exactly in the pitch. It's all like right fucking here. 200 feet in the air, held by cranes. It's like, how much more do I need to fucking... How much does this guy need?
Yeah, it's also still an incredibly generic idea, though, Willie. I mean, it's still a generic idea. I'm sure that Mr. Beast was probably like, we probably would have eventually thought of this too, but he made more than he should have. Exactly, Nola. Yeah, exactly. He definitely got more than he should have from that idea. I mean, he came up with a generic idea from a Nintendo game back in the day, and he managed to create a YouTube career off of it. I think that's plenty to be grateful for. He was way more stubborn on the payment part when he debated lyrics. Was he? Oh, man. I'll have to check that one out. I did not screen that one. I mainly watch Chud. I don't really watch lyrics a whole lot, mainly because we stream at the same time, so...
Wait, hold on. Let me be clear about this, okay? Because I think when I responded to it, I kind of gave a cursory comment.
I am generic.
The original, okay? I thought a bit about this.
They call me generic Eric.
Yeah, and I think, we could argue the toss about that and stuff like that. I'm not really interested in that. I'm happy to accept for the sake of our discussion that Mr. Beast...
Hold on, just one more thing, too.
Sorry, go on.
The quote for the beginning of the video is, I built the most dangerous obstacle course of all time, and then shows mech. They even pitched the guy who's going to run the course. It's all right there, dude. So to me, it's like, so obviously this is the same video.
He didn't pitch Mac. I don't know where Willie got that from. In the video, Taiori says, I saw Mac and I froze because I got starstruck. So I didn't say anything to him. But Mac was there.
And then 4 months later, it's me. Just normal turnaround time.
Just to be clear. I'm happy to accept for the sake of our conversation, rather than getting into the rigmarole. I would accept the premise that Mr. Beast took this guy's idea for a video. I'm saying,
I'm willing to accept that as well.
Fucking care. Womp womp. I don't think he's got any obligation to pay this guy. He's on a tryout.
Yep.
He's getting an all expenses paid trip. There's no contractual agreement.
Hold on, all expenses paid trip. You're on a trip to go work, by the way. This isn't like, oh, I'm going on fucking vacation.
For a potential huge opportunity, though, Willie. Like I'm trying to think, if SpaceX was offering to fly me out to come work for them, and I was like, holy shit, I would love to go work for SpaceX. I'm gonna go out and try, right? But that doesn't mean that SpaceX I'm entitled to that job at SpaceX just because they offered me a chance to apply for the job.
Right? If Mr. Beast...
Plus, by the way, SpaceX, don't hire me because I don't know the first things about rockets. I'd probably be good at cleaning the floors or keeping the outside look nice. I'd probably be really good at making where the rocket launches look good.
Inviting me over to go work. I'm not fucking down to do that, right? I mean, this is a job pitch, and then you crush the job pitch, and you still get screwed.
Well,
that sucks.
Hang on, wait.
He didn't crush the job pitch. Oh, Willie. All right, so this is the kind of stuff that drives me nuts, okay, Willie? It's all right there in Taiori's video, okay? He literally says in the video, I don't want to bring up Taiori's video because I don't want to listen to him talk, okay? It's going to drive me sane. But I do remember everything about that video. One, because I've watched my video recovering that a bunch of times because I like to try to watch my stuff to get better at reacting to stuff and to do a better job. But he says in that video, I rubbed everybody the wrong way. I went above the people who were there. I ignored my number one they had categories. So you had a number one, creator number 1, creator number 2, creator number 3. And that was the rank of who was in charge of the group. So creator number 1 was the person that Tyori rubbed the wrong way and was probably the person that Mr. Beast asked, hey, does this guy have a shot at working here? Devian says SpaceX, he don't know things about rockets, but knows a thing or two about olives at a New Jersey super. Now I know who you are, Dave. I didn't realize that was you, brother. He's a rocket savant. I am a rocket savant. I know all about red rockets. I can 5-minute craft things and put duct tape on everything. That is a Mr. Beast idea if I've ever heard one. Too sweet. Null the Goat says the details are all right there. You just need to know where to look. I know, Null. It drives me crazy that Willy, like all this stuff is literally in Tyori's video. So that means that, in my opinion, Willy probably just like either that or Willy's researchers skimmed through the video and ignored half of the shit that was said. That is a huge issue.
Wait. Crush the job pitch. How do you know the nature of his job pitch? You've only seen a small snapshot of what he did.
Exactly.
No
Good point, Chud.
He could have fucking racially abused someone, for all we know. I'm not saying
All
he
right,
did.
well, Mr. Beast's response wasn't that he racially abused someone. It was, this idea wasn't original. Here's some shit from last year that's to a completely different fucking video.
No, it is not. Oh, my God, Willy. Oh, God, Willy. You know, I like you, dude, but, dude, you're killing me here, man. Willy. Oh my God, now I want to debate Willy. Willy, it is not. Tyori says in his video, clear as effing day, that he got assigned to the world's most dangerous obstacle. The video that was already created before he got there. What are you missing about this context? I know it drives me nuts that Chud's not saying this. For the love of God, Chud, tell him this. All right, it's all there in Tyori's video. If not for anything else, you should have reviewed the video, Chud, before you started debating Willy here. Because you have so much easy evidence here to throw at Willy. But no, it is not for a completely different video. Mr. Beast was showing that he already had the concept of the world's most dangerous obstacle well before Tyori ever flew out there. Was it like hardcore evidence? No, but he was basically saying, you know, because he knows his company better than most people. Plus, Tyori was there for 3 days. Like we're supposed to expect that they knew that how long they were working on this. Tyori joined a group of people that were already working on the world's most dangerous obstacle course. Hence, the idea for the video was already there well before you even got there, Willy. My God. I'm good at mending things, and the gypsy traveler mind in me, the women were raised to have homemaking skills. I don't know. I think I'm reading Sweet's comment she's talking to someone else about. I will pack a suitcase of duct tape. Null the God, Willy, you've had every opportunity to put an end to this, but you're prolonging the inevitable. I know this here doesn't look good for Willy. I don't know if he's gonna have better arguments when it comes to Jake Weddle. If it's like this, probably not.
Sure, I'm not going to defend Mr. Beast's response. You know, I've reflected on it, and I don't think the Mr. Beast's response was that great.
So I'm not going to make up arguments for Mr. Beast here when this guy's evidence is very clear.
No, sure. But all I'm saying is,
it's not that clear.
Mr. Beast owes this guy something because he took his idea from a whiteboard and turned it into a video is absurd.
Well, no, not even the whiteboard. His resume too.
Oh,
what?
I don't care, bro. Dude, I literally don't care. There's no reason to pay this guy.
I don't know where was it in his resume that he didn't talk about his resume once in either the first video or the second video.
What has he done? He's provided an idea. How much is that idea worth if Mr. Beast doesn't apply labor, resources, and staff to it to turn it into a video?
Oh, that's even better, Chud. This is why I love you, dude. Oh, that's such a good idea. What is this idea worth if you can't make it happen? Essentially is what Chud just said. And that is the truth of it all. The only reason this idea was worth it, look, even Willy's like, yeah, I don't really know how to respond to that. I could have an idea for the greatest idea. I could have the greatest idea ever. If I don't have the resources to create that idea is pointless and it means nothing and it's worthless.
Well, the job is to pitch ideas.
It was a tryout for a job.
Yes.
Right? He pitched some ideas.
Which his
One
pitch
idea
is
got picked
picking.
up, right? So what does that mean?
Yep,
I mean, you said in your video he's not obligated to a job off the back of it, is he?
No, but you probably should compensate him for that work.
He did. He paid for his time out there. He gave him a free tour of Mr. Beast. He fed him. Like what? I don't know. He gave him an opportunity to put on his resume that he worked with Mr. Beast in the past, which Mr. Beast will then confirm that he did.
What, coming up with an
whatever
idea?
that means.
But then they have to turn it into a video.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about with the resume.
On fucking Reddit, and he sees an idea and goes, "Oh, that's good. I'm going to turn
Hold
that
on,
into a video."
hold on.
He's got to
As
reach out
Mr.
to them and pay them. What? That's absurd.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But if you fly somebody out for the job pitch to do the job, then you have to pay them. I think you should pay them. You don't have to.
Not if they fly out knowing that this is just a vibe check, an opportunity, Willy. Not Dog Pack. Oh my God, I'm getting so mixed up. Tyori already knew before he left and agreed to this that this was a non-paid gig. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about here, Willy. Like, he went in there knowing what he was getting into. I swear to God, if if Willy says that Jake knew what he was getting, I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to shill for Jake. But this is so wrong, Willy. You're so wrong. Tyori knew what he was doing when he agreed to come out there. He knew he wasn't getting paid for this. He knew there was the potential of a job being rewarded at the end of all this, which he weighed the risks and knew what he was getting into and then went out there, hoping to get a job, which he didn't end up getting, and now he's bitching and complaining about that.
Obviously. You can take free interns and steal their ideas. There's probably nothing illegal about that. I would say that's wrong, though. I mean, I don't even feel like that's a hot take. This is crazy.
Okay, how much should he pay him?
Well, whatever that job rate would be for pitching that idea. I don't know what Mr. Beast's rate is for that sort of thing.
Okay, so by your very logic, Willy, if I go and apply for a job and I get an interview, right, I should be paid for my interview. Like, I should be paid for that 45 to an hour. So if the job pays $50 an hour, the company should then give me that, $45 for that time that I spent at that job interview, is essentially what you're saying. By your logic, that's what that means. My perspective, employers don't fly you out and pay for the upkeep of potential employees. Yeah, nobody does. It's stupid. Nobody talks like that. Did they use Tyori's idea? Probably. Does it matter? No. Do I care? No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
but he obviously doesn't owe him the job, and he definitely doesn't owe him $1.7 million, which is the budget for the intro of the video, according to Ty. So, I mean, I agree with that. But to say that, you should be able to go out there, pitch an idea, and then just completely not get paid as they go forward with it and budget it and everything. And the whole time they're telling you, like, man, this thing's awesome. This is a great job. And he's got videos from him back then in the hotel room being like, guys, I crushed it today. Like, I did the pitch and they loved it.
Yeah, but you're ignoring the fact that he told people he rubbed people the wrong way. He purposely said, the person who was creative one didn't like me, so I made sure that I went above them to do something. He broke the chain of command because he said, like they say in the company, a creator 3 could be a creator 2, a creator 2 could be a creative 1 tomorrow could be fired. Like, that's literally quoting from Tyori's video, Willy. I don't know where the fuck you're getting all this stuff from, but you missed clear, huge indicators. And I think right now Chud just can't remember. He's not remembering this stuff. But these are all massive things that Chud could be using against Willy right now to just absolutely fly ahead in this debate. It doesn't work like that in the industry, though. It's not like a regular employment situation. Yeah. Again, you're coming out to prove, hey, look, I can create good ideas. But I also can create good ideas and work alongside a team. He had a good idea. He could not work with the team. Therefore, someone who had good ideas and could work with the team probably got the job over him.
Like, I mean, shit, that's like, if he premeditated that's pretty impressive.
Bro, I don't care. I fail to see that's my problem. I literally couldn't care less about some fucking loser who went out for a job and didn't get it, and I was crying into his fucking coffee about not getting paid for it and not getting a job.
If I invite you to a job to write scripts, right, I take you out, and you pitch me the most fire script ever, you write it all out, I keep you there for 15 hours, right, to do this script. And then at the end of the day, I take your script and tell you to go kick rocks. I mean, that would be shitty of me. That is shitty of me.
It's shitty.
Unless that person came there knowing that you are bringing them there to write a script that you may not get a job from. Willy, that is the huge context you're missing here. Tyori knew what he was doing before he went out there. He knew what the risks were, okay? Like, this is driving me nuts. And the fact that Chud isn't mentioning this is really bothering me. God, Chud, I wish you just said what I'm saying right now to him.
Sure, you can say it's shitty to do.
That's the allegation. It's not it's shitty, bro.
No, I don't work in the industry. You're right, I don't. I am a shill, a fly on the wall. I am but a humble weirdo sitting in front of his camera talking bullshit.
That's the allegation.
No. It's not that it's shitty. You're claiming some moral, ethical obligation for Mr. Beast to pay this guy.
Well, moral is shitty, right? When you say something's shitty, that's a moral diss on their character.
No. Okay, you can say that he's done something immoral in your perspective, but you're then claiming more than that. You're saying that there's an obligation to pay him.
Well, all right. What's the other? Hold on. If I think it's morally wrong, what is the way that Mr. Beast can fix that? If not pay him. Go on.
There isn't. I mean, the guy came out and pissed off people. Why would you want to hire a guy who's clearly already ruffling feathers in his first 3 days there on a job?
Tell me,
I mean,
what is it?
I guess he could apologize or something. I just don't think it's that big a deal.
Oh, so Mr. Beast just went, yeah, sorry, I
mean,
screwed
Mr.
you.
Beast, I mean, if I'm talking optically, okay, if I'm talking optically or pragmatically, right? Not.
See, the only reason Willy can even say this to Chud and Chud's not responding is because Chud's not saying that this guy already went out there with a predetermined idea that this was all going to happen this way, or there was a possibility this could all happen this way.
Paying a black guy. I mean, yeah.
Especially if you say it's your own opinion.
Not paying a black guy for services rendered looks real bad on Mr. Beast. Okay, we're gonna get some slave.
You usually get briefed before a meetup, or you're bad at the job. That's why the contracts are made. Yeah, I mean, he already knew that it was a potential that he might not get this job at the end of the day. But he went in there, gave it his best effort. They used something that he said. However, he rubbed people the wrong way. Therefore, they were probably like, it's not worth hiring this guy. He already is rubbing people the wrong way. It's not worth keeping him.
North Carolina, Chud. I think he's racist. You might be onto something.
But no, okay. Let me just be serious for a second, okay? In the example that you gave, right, I would agree with you. I would reflect on that and think, damn, I got kind of stiffed by that guy, right? But then, if I was more reasonable about it, I go, fuck, I should have taken some action to protect that. I should have tried to pursue some sort of contractual agreement for payment for that. Or I should have patented.
I don't think that's reasonable out there in a job interview, though. That's asking so much.
Our engagement with big companies are based on.
You just said yourself, it's a job interview, Willy.
Contracts, right? You've got to get contractual.
I agree if I'm being contracted out like that, but if I'm going out there for an interview to do a pitch, I'm going to pitch my absolute best. I'm going to try and bring
it's a tryout. It's like a tryout.
Yeah.
Right, and if you go forward with my idea, well, then you would think I would get that job or, like, get something for that.
Yeah, but the point you're missing is that he pissed people off while he was there, Willy. That's why he didn't get the job. See, I understand why Willy thinks the way he does, but he's completely missing the fact that Tayori said in his own video, I know this person didn't like me because they didn't think of the idea. So I went and I gave it to someone above them to give them the idea, and they loved it. So already, if they go and go, what do you guys think of this Tayori guy? The guy was the head of that they're probably asking is going to be like, no, that guy fucking sucks. So we're not hiring him. But he had a good idea. Yeah, but we don't want to work with him. Okay, well, then he's not going to get hired. Okay, bam, bet, done. Signed, sealed, delivered. See ya, Tayori. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
I mean, that's the take of a naive retard that's never worked in the real world. Welcome to fucking business.
In the real world, I've never gone and worked 12 hours and then not been paid. I've never had that happen to me in my life, and I've worked all sorts of contracted jobs.
Okay, that wasn't. I did say it to you, but I just mean broadly. Okay, I appreciate that you've got some experience.
No, I get what you're saying. I don't think the way you're talking applies here. I think this is not a normal thing. Like, this is normal in the business world where you work at a job, you have a sales pitch, maybe you talk with your manager about, and then your manager steals your ideas and makes you look bad to higher ups. That sucks. That's a bad feeling. Now imagine that. You aren't even getting paid for anything. You don't even work.
What's up, DSB?
Hold on. You're filling in a lot of gaps in his story there.
He's missing the point where more than an artillery shell flying way overhead is the target. Yeah.
Made him look bad to the higher ups.
He's definitely missing. Willy's missing the most important piece of this whole entire thing. That's why he's sticking to his point. But had Chud pointed that out, brought up the piece in Tyrier's video where he said that, I think Willy might realize why he's wrong.
No. I'm trying to give a hypothetical here, right? So we've all had it where we worked somewhere, we talked with our manager about a good idea, right? Yeah. And then the manager steals that and brings it to his higher up and gives you no credit. That's a bad feeling, right? That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm still working at the company. Yep. At least I'm getting paid, even though he stole my idea. It just fucking blows. Like, fuck that guy. But that sucks. Now imagine that, but you're trying to get a job, and then they like your idea, and then you just don't get paid.
But you failed the vibe check. He failed the vibe check.
Okay, but
this whole point is irrelevant because Willy's missing this piece of context, so they're going to argue back and forth. Chud clearly forgets that this happened in the video, and Willy is talking about this without knowing that that's even something that happened. So at this point, it's just kind of pointless. I'm just going to let them keep rambling, but I'm just going to repeat myself again and again and again because my point's right and they're wrong. Remember, number one, Mr. Beast sweeper, right here, baby.
I'm talking about the highest echelons of, like, the YouTube stratosphere, right? It's like, I mean, obviously, there's recent drama that's happened. I'll personally want to work for a company that hires sex offenders. But
artists would send me work offers, and I'd insist on music demos and things before we go ahead. It's in stages. I need to like the work they do. You need to build up some rapport. Yeah, and he didn't build any rapport. And on top of that, he pissed off people that he worked with that were in his group. A small group of people. Maybe Chud didn't bring it up because it would have made a very short video. Maybe Rajira. Maybe Chud was like, this part is too based. I can't say it because it'll just end up destroying this debate, and Willy Mac's gonna look really bad.
Ignore
I
Stylo.
just looked at that and somebody goes, "Oh, Mario,
Again,
uncreative idea." Not like that's a creative idea. It doesn't matter if it's the least creative idea. If that's the pitch and they love it and they budget the pitch and make the video, then he should get paid. It doesn't.
But Tayori's whole point about Mario was like, here's proof that I love Mario. Here's my dog Mario. Like, what the fuck does that have anything to do with this pitch?
No matter how uncreative it is, it's just like, if that's what it is, then it is it. Then he should get paid, bro. What are we talking about?
Sure, I mean,
who's in jail? All you fuckers work for free.
Okay, it sounds like we've maybe got a different conception of this. I'm just up for interns getting fucked over, and you're not, right? But I guess, in all seriousness, I just don't see it as big a deal as you do. I would say it's shitty. Yeah, it's a shitty thing to do, but I don't think there's any obligation for Mr. Beast to do anything beyond, well, nothing.
Well said, Chud. And Tayori learned a very valuable lesson here.
That when you say as big of a deal as I do, does that mean like in what scale? Because it's like, I think it's a big deal in the sense that that's kind of a dickhead, like that's a shitty thing to do, and you probably should stop. You should probably not do that. You know, I think it's a shit.
I would agree. Mr. Beast probably should not do that. He should probably not take ideas from people who he's not that are not employees.
Thing in that sense.
Oh wait, hang on a second.
If he's gonna make the response, then he needs to say like, "Hey, well, this is why we didn't hire Ty." I mean, not that he would know, but he'd have to talk to that person, that HR manager. That
Ty tells you himself in the video, Willy, why he didn't get hired.
I thought about this earlier, and I could probably move to or maybe if they credited him or something and linked his channel, right? Maybe that might be something to remedy it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, I would think, super nice, but I mean, I just think fucking paying him for the day is all.
But then Mr. Beast has to admit that he stole from him, and then that's never gonna happen.
You got a deal. That's all
I mean,
think.
okay. What do you not see any value in it being a paid-for trip, all expenses paid? You don't.
No, because you're there for a job.
Okay, but they don't have to pay for his hotel and his flight. They could probably get people by just saying, "Yeah, come over."
You're right. They probably could get people, but like to me, I don't see value in that. Like when I go ahead and I did contracted work, whether it was like video for XYZ, whether it was factory training videos or some festival that was going on, right? I'm not taking your fucking job unless you are paying for me to stay or drive out there or whatever it is, right? That's just,
well,
I expect that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I'm doing work for you.
Yeah,
why am I paying money to go do your job? It doesn't make any sense.
The point I'm making is he's not been left out of pocket. Everything's been covered. He's gone for a tryout. It's not out. We don't know the full details. Yes, they took his idea. I would say that that's shitty. Sure, I could agree with that. But I just don't think it's this standard way he has to pay someone for taking that idea. And
I don't understand in what world you're just down for to work work for free in the sense where it's like you.
It's pointless to continue with this part because Willy and Chud are both missing that piece. So there's no point in even continuing because they're just going to keep going around in circles, and it's not going to get any better because neither one of them know why Tayori didn't get the job. So it's like they're arguing. Like Willy is not conceding because he doesn't. Chud forgets that part happened where he doesn't agree with a lot of the people, and Chud is forgetting that happened. So it's hard for him to really drill into Willy when all his thing is, I just don't care, which is fine. I agree with Chud. I don't really care if this guy got screwed over. He went out there knowing full well, but it drives me nuts that Chud's not like. This guy knew what he was getting himself into and agreed. Like that's like right there, signed, sealed, delivered to you, Willy, out the door. You know. It just, I don't know. It just drives me nuts, man.
What? But in a second video, he even says he took his case to a lawyer. I mean, I think we don't need to argue about this because you said.
Well, of course he has no legal case. Of course he doesn't. We all agree he's got no legal case. I'm just saying, morally, that's a shitty thing to do for Mr. Beast. If he wants to make that right, he probably should have paid the guy for the work. That's it. That's all the criticism is.
Okay. Well,
and he definitely shouldn't have gone to Drama Alert and given his bullshit thumbnails. That is so irrelevant and pointless.
Well, it's not irrelevant, Willy, because he was trying to show that there was the concept of the world's most dangerous obstacle course, which you clearly don't realize was already in play before Tayori went out there. He got assigned. He says, I feel like nobody fucking watched this video the way we did. Is anybody else getting that vibe that nobody ripped apart that video? That is why being a Paul Zandy is based, guys, because you get to remember every little thing about the video because you make these huge arguments per line, and then you get to overly analyze it, and then I get to retain all those little nuances that clearly these guys forgot.
I mean, if he wanted to be paid for the work, he probably should have come up with an agreement of that before he went out to work for them for free. That's on him. Or he should say, guys, I don't work for free.
He's doing an interview tryout, bro. You don't get to negotiate before you get the job.
Well, then it's not for you. Say, no, thank you, I don't want to come out.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, okay, I don't feel comfortable giving out my best ideas if I'm not going to be guaranteed compensation for it. But he went out there fully knowing very well what he was getting.
This is insane. Look.
It's not, Willy.
I'm never going to work for
told you.
Chud. If I follow up on you,
Whoa, hold on. Okay, just to be clear.
Crazy.
Just to be clear, okay. The arguments that I'm making here are about like morals and ethics and what Mr. Beast should do from a moral, ethical, or legal standpoint.
Yes.
I personally do not act in that way. I wouldn't have someone on to do, like, for example, these kind of art content. I don't do.
Why doesn't Chud's audience remind him of those things? Well, sometimes Chud doesn't pay attention to the chat. I mean, he's usually reading a lot of stuff that people are saying, but when he's in a debate like this, I think he doesn't really pay too much attention to the chat as much as he does when he's just reviewing a topic. I can't say that for sure. I'm not Chud. I don't know how much he actually pays attention to the chat. But yeah, I don't think his audience even remembers too. I think that we hyper-focused on that video. And I think that that's why we're able to do that. Ty showed in the very beginning that all their hiring slots were full, but wanted to bring him out and see if they liked him for something potentially in the future. Then put up a GoFundMe for $1.8 million. Yeah, I think Kaylee, Ty said that the slots were full after he had already interviewed for the job. Because I remember him saying specifically that, why would you bring us out there if all the spots were filled? But my guess is they probably did hire people who they brought out alongside him. He just wasn't one of them, and he's pissed about that. But yeah, he does. Plus, EG cares about Chud cares about his audience. I can't say that. Chud does care about his audience. But at the same time, you know, I do. If I was in there, I would have been like repeatedly saying that again and again and again. I wasn't watching Chud this day, so I'm kind of mad that I missed this because I would have. This had to have happened over the weekend because that's the only time I don't watch Chud is on the weekends because I usually unplug from the internet on the weekends.
Hold on, you personally wouldn't act that way. Why?
Well, because it's a shitty thing to do, as I said.
That's it.
No, if you read the email, the person already told him there were no more slots. He knew before he went. Ah, man, you're going to make me bring up this video, Kaylee, aren't you? You're going to make me bring up this video. I don't want to watch this guy again. I don't want to watch him again, but I have to. Kaylee's telling me things. All right, here's the email.
Scam. I mean, for real, look at this. Even you.
Thanks for submitting your information to our casting team. We received your submission, and at this time, we're fully casted to our current videos. Yeah, but that says that they're fully casted to their current videos. That doesn't say that they're casted to their future videos. We're working at Mr. I get what you're saying now. I think this is a good catch by you, Kaylee, for sure. Working at Mr. Beast, we are collaborative first. And I would forward your submission if you're interested. I would love to chat about potential full-time or contract at work on Mr. Beast. That is some slippery stuff, but yes, this is a great point by Kaylee. All right, Kaylee, I tip my hat to you, my lady. I tip my hat to you. All right. But I mean, again, though, even though it says we're fully casted, I still feel like this is like the idea of a potential job. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that nothing was promised. You're right, sweet. Yes, that's when they offered a potential offer in the future. That's why they did a check. Clearly, he did not pass it. Yeah, and I want to go to the point where he says, I pissed off someone. Is this the most replayed thing?
So, around like 2:00 p.m. there's a guy named Hoodie. It was also in one of the emails earlier, and he's like and when it comes to chain of command, I think he's third in chain of command total. So you have Mr. Beast, you have Tyler, you have Jackson the head writer, and then you have Hoodie. And Hoodie was in charge of all these things. I actually had my vibe check call with Hoodie. I had my second call with Hoodie. I was in contact with Hoodie.
Yeah, Kaylee gets 50 points for that. That was a huge one.
Leslie, the coordinator, if you remember that, and everything was going through Hoodie. The guy's a great guy. He's a great guy. He took care of me.
I want to go down to, I want to see the transcript here. Because I want to see I rubbed that person the wrong way. Oh my God, dude, this is driving me nuts. Be trampled on by these people. This guy out. Please help me. The point where I have to do part 2. If you're a billionaire, I don't know what it's legal. A lot of people will say There should be like a search thing in the thing. 10 points for Gryffindor. I mean, yeah, that's the idea behind the houses, Dave. Is the you could score points like in Harry Potter for doing big time things in the. All right, hang on. This is it. I think this is it.
The wrong way or present yourself poorly. We're going through some reorganization with the team and are limited on roles we have open for team. Aborted. Sent all that information. He said, hello, Ty. You did not rub anyone the wrong way. Asked about me. So I said, hey, Dylan. Quite right. And the rest are about receipts. So
this part here is so important to this. This is the part that I think Willy missed big time.
at first I was like, you know what? Maybe that's true. But then I started to think about it a little bit more. And I didn't want to let it bother me. So I said, hey, Dylan, that's a bummer to hear, but I appreciate the opportunity. Maybe another time, like you said. Candidly, may I ask if I presented myself poorly or rubbed the crew wrongly in any way? Talking about here because I know I did.
Oh! Bo, hear that?
So I said, hey, Dylan, that's a bummer to hear, but I appreciate the opportunity. Maybe another time, like you said. Candidly, may I ask if I presented myself poorly or rubbed the crew wrongly in any way? Talking about here because I know I did.
I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen. I rest my case.
There you go. That's the whole fucking criticism, bro.
I've already said that. Yeah, but, okay.
Well, I know, but you keep arguing. It's weird.
I know. Maybe we're splitting hairs over this. I think the issue is this idea that he has to be...
See how fast I found that? And Kaylee is pointed that out. Like, this is all stuff that was just super easy that could just... Chud, if you just pulled up those two little things right there, you would have ran away with this debate.
Hey, and I just don't think there's an obligation.
At least when it came to Tyori.
He has to. Like, there's nothing legally forcing him to. It's just shitty. He shouldn't have done that. I don't like that he did that. That's a shitty thing. That's it.
I heard EG likes to rest his case. He does. He loves to rest his case. Yeah, just that line right there. Just that line right there is clearly why he didn't make the vibe check. You know? No, you never beg like you just got rejected. You get blacklisted that way. Yeah.
Seem like I'm some sort of fucking, monopoly man, businessman.
I'm protecting you from yourself, I feel right now, dude.
Okay.
These British people, you go and you colonize India once.
You heard correctly. EG has rested his case.
Fucking interns, dude. It's wrong.
Dude.
I was trying to avoid not bringing up that video, but I do feel like it just straight up it definitely backs up everything we've been saying so far. Okay. That Willy is not getting clearly.
I knew that was going to be on.
Willy, I would love to talk to you about this. I know I'm small, but if you're watching, I would love to talk about this. I know I didn't add him in the thing, so he doesn't know we're talking about this right now, but I would love to talk to you about this. Even Chud, I would love to talk to you about this and ask why the fuck you didn't bring this stuff up. But I don't think you care enough. I don't think Chud cares enough.
Particularly disastrous for me because I'm basically arguing for black interns to be slaves. So here we go. Okay. Anyway,
no, Mr. Beast, I heard it.
Well, when you put it like that,
his office is actually on an old plantation too. So you really got that one's got me thinking.
Okay, let's talk about what
I heard. EG's biggest debate is who has the best pizza in our hometown. That is. Don't say our hometown, Dave. You can't dox us. But I know who it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's get to Weddle.
My biggest issue, I think, was that you characterized people going at him.
Don't be sorry, Kaylee. Stop apologizing. You were right. And you know what? Honestly, I was debating on whether I should bring that up, but I knew I was going to have to bring it up at some point. So you pointing that out was even better because I missed that too. So sorry, didn't mean to go back and make you check. I thought you knew about that part. Surprised he didn't too. I know. I'm very surprised that Chud missed so much of this because he went over this too. But in Chud's defense, he does go over so much shit. So you can only retain so much information, as where we usually hyper-focus on a topic per stream and then move on to the next topic. So Chud goes over several different topics during his streams. So it makes sense to me that he would miss this. But my only crime here is that I'm not big enough to debate Willy Mack.
Because he's a bit silly and wacky and dumb and whatever.
He's a goober, yeah. He's like, if I were to expand on that, like...
And if you were to ask him, why don't you debate EG? He's gonna say, I'm not gonna go debate a guy who only has 20 people watching his stream. Which it's fair, I guess.
He's a fucking idiot. He is clearly panicking with like the very mild criticism I think being made at him. Not mild, but like it's really not that much heat he's getting, in my opinion. And
okay, so far Willy's pretty based.
I think he set himself up where taking the $50,000.
See ya, Queen.
Criticism, and he's like just fucking spazzing over it, dude.
Oh, good to see you still here, Gypsy.
Talking nicely about Mr. Beast. Well, of course that's going to come up and people are going to have issues with that. You know, so I think that stuff is all criticisms of him that you could make and draw.
I'm going to title this video Winning Chud's Debate for him against Willie Mack.
Bad motive from Jake Weddle. I just think, again, it's a similar thing where the receipts he brings and all the corroborating text messages he has from employees when he was doing the challenge. I think, and like his mom knowing about the story, like I think all that kind of just adds up enough where, to me, none of that extra shit really matters unless you're just calling Jake Weddle a fucking idiot.
Okay, so there's 2 points here. One, I think, just to agree on some things, Jake Weddle, that experience was probably unpleasant for him. I think that's fair, right?
Sure.
I think
that's true, Sol. That's very true.
Very likely negligent in how they handled this stuff, particularly years ago, and I doubt they did.
EG lately, a 30-minute video becomes 1.5 hours. I can make it to 3 hours if I really wanted to DSP. I pause Andy that hard. I should just change the YouTube channel to EG Pause Andy's. I'm still happy to see you here, Amy G.
Any meaningful like mental health checks you should probably do to make sure that someone isn't going to.
Yeah, nobody can ever argue that I don't fair use every fucking video I watch, because I do, and I do it very, very well.
Yeah, should we talk about like, more on the challenge and where I think Mr. Beast crew went wrong with that challenge?
We could well agree.
Is that worth us talking about or no?
I mean, we can, I guess. I mean, I just think broadly, I agree that it was probably unpleasant. You know,
it's meant to. It's a challenge.
It's supposed to be unpleasant, right?
Yeah.
Jake Weddle is supposed to fucking suffer a little bit for this. It's $10,000 a day. I mean, who the fuck are we kidding, right?
Yeah, thank you, Willie, for saying that.
My problem is, if Jake is in there constantly complaining, and other employees are saying like, hey, like he's not doing well now. Well,
oh yeah, this debate was interesting between these two. Yeah, this is it's two very smart guys debating, but it's driving me nuts. Like I feel like Chud missed so many good opportunities, And I know Chud sometimes checks out my channel, so I don't know if he's going to see this, but I hope that Chud sees this and sees this. How many perfect opportunities he had to flex on Willie.
The show has the...
I am going to be when I get big enough to actually throw my hat in the ring with these guys, I think I'm going to be a pretty solid debate, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
The ability to adjust whatever they need to make that video work. And the fact that they just kept going is an oversight by the show. And look, oversights on productions, especially when you're doing shit for the first time, happen all the time.
Sweet says, I only know working as an angel for 10 years with BFTV. It's maybe not the same as working for Mr. Beast, but it's a similar process, so I get it. Yeah, I mean, if you've ever auditioned for a show or anything like that, you know that the roles are never guaranteed, even if you crush the audition.
And guess what? You got to pay legal consequence if that happens.
He does.
Now with Jake, they didn't have to.
Chud's been doing this for 4 years, though. I'm only 6 months into my streaming career and a year into not even a full year into my YouTube career. This month, though, will be a year anniversary. We'll probably do a subathon for 1 year of EG lately taking YouTube seriously. So I'll figure out. We'll have to get moved into the apartment, though, first before I can do that. But it'll happen this month. Maybe during Halloween or something we'll do it.
But they're having to with the Amazon thing. So I don't think this is like really something I take.
Well,
also, great job again, Kaylee, for finding that.
They paid him $100K and they didn't have usable footage in the end. So they didn't have a legal consequence, maybe, but they did have some substantive consequence for what happened because they had to pay him.
I guess what I'm.
That's a great point, Chud.
Yeah, no, they did. But what I'm saying is like if when they go ahead and they're like, dude, I'm kind of all over the place.
That's fine.
I guess like when they're leaning on him, right? To like, hey, you got to stay. I think they need to go ahead and they need to like evaluate if Jake's able to make that decision, like see how he's doing, and he's mentally like fucking having a problem. Sure, that does seem like it would lead to some sort of liability on their end.
Yeah, sure, you know? I agree.
But also, I mean, Willie's got to remember that Jake's been complaining to these guys that he's not getting enough time on the channel. He wants more. He was petitioning Jimmy that he wants to get more FaceTime, you know, and like this was, I think Jimmy was like, all right, this is a perfect opportunity for Weddle to make a lot of money and to get his, more FaceTime. I don't want to do it. And I don't think he even asked anybody else if they want to do it. I bet you they would have.
If someone is expressing discomfort, that the production team should do so.
Possibly Halloween special.
What information are you looking at to confirm Jake Weddle's version of events that the production team were leaning on him?
Well, he said. I mean, I guess he says they're leaning on him. He's there. He has pictures of him at the show, and he's got corroborating text messages of people being like, "Bro, that was fucked up. How crazy is that?" So I mean, I guess I don't know if they were like the producers were leaning on them, but for reality TV shows, from what I've heard, right, this is just stuff I've heard, they lean on contestants to do stuff all the time because there's a lot of money on the line. It makes sense that they would do it a little bit, and I don't think that's really like that wrong. But there needs to be like a line there, and maybe Mr. Beast has learned that lesson in some case, right? Because they redid the video, and apparently everything went fine enough.
Yeah, I guess that the original interview, like if it was just, oh, the production team leaned on me, especially with some of this Mr. Beast game stuff coming out, I'd probably be like, yeah, they probably did lean on him. But the way it was presented,
And I don't even think that's necessarily bad. It's just like at a certain point,
could the production team have done more? Sure, I would probably agree with that. I think they probably should have done more checks beforehand. Clearly, he's a completely mentally ill freak that shouldn't be put in that situation. So they fucked up.
Yeah, it's really a fail on the casting director, if anything, dude. How do you fucking cast that guy and then be surprised that he's like having a fucking breakdown in there?
I think that's part of the reason they selected Jake Weddle, though, because the guy is so obsessed with telling shitty jokes to anybody around him who will listen. Putting him in isolated segregation is his personal hell, and I think they knew it would make for good content. I don't think they realized that it was going to fuck him up that bad and how weak-minded he actually was. I will say it again. Mr. Beast, if you ever come across my videos, I will happily do the exact conditions that Jake Weddle did. And I will crush it. I will finish it. I will make every single dollar of that $300,000. I bet you. But you'll never give me an opportunity to do it. But just saying. I will show you how easy that actually is. I'll even run the marathon. I'll do all that bullshit.
You know.
Now the problem that I've got though is the way it was characterized was that it was torture.
What's up, Lexi?
Meets the standard of being a war crime via the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, I think that's all silly.
Thank you, Michael Schwark. I am blind.
So, dude,
I usually wear contacts, but
in my video, your takeaway is that I think that because I don't mention that.
Yeah, I guess that to me.
I guess I could see that.
It feels like you're
from a
kind
viewer
of like
standpoint
accepting so much of what Jake Weddle is saying, whereas I'm just like, well, he said a bunch of crazy shit that you're not really addressing. Whereas, it feels like you could have so go on.
So yeah, no, I get you. It's just a tough line of like this video is already 50 minutes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If Mr. Beast sends me an email saying, "Hey, I heard you were interested in redoing Jake Weddle's video for $300,000," I'm down. If you're down, I'd be like, "Bet, I'm in. When and where? Let's do it."
I just wanted to focus on like what I think Mr. Beast did wrong, because I do think he's wronged certain employees. If I start going in there and like every employee that I think they were.
Listen, I've gone through heroin withdrawal several times. Doing that challenge would be an effing breeze.
Acting dumb in that situation. It becomes tough. And I feel like I did touch on Jake Weddle a little bit. I said like, I went on like a little ramble about like, yes, he did that. Yes, he had a breakdown on Twitter. Yes, he's been inconsistent about.
But
yes, Mr. Beast offered the extra $190K and he took that anyway. Or he took the $50K instead.
It feels a bit like, oh, he's just a bit of a silly boy. That's why people don't like him. And I'm like, there's this aspect I'm talking about, and there's some clips I want to show you too, which we can get to.
Why didn't you show clips in the last one, Chud?
It's potentially malicious behavior.
You had a perfect opportunity to show clips in the last.
He's fucking angry, right? He says he hates Mr. Beast. I mean, I think he is.
That's true.
But
he's definitely being malicious.
What I was trying to say with that wasn't like, oh, he's just being a silly boy with this other stuff, so who cares? It was more like, Jake is retarded, but.
Can someone briefly explain to me what video Jake Weddle is supposed to do? So, TLDR, which means too long didn't read, for my older folks in the crowd. He was supposed to go into isolated confinement, like a prison cell, and he was supposed to be there for 20 days, I think. And they gave him like a hot tub and an ice cream machine in there. But Jake says it was torture because they didn't turn the lights off or anything. And then they gave him things to play with, and and that was supposed to be the video. Can you survive 20 days in isolation at a jail cell? And Jake Weddle basically broke down and flipped the hell out and said he was being like there was war crimes and stuff being committed against him. Fentanyl withdrawal is also, bitch, I wanted to die. Exactly, Lexi. That's what I'm saying. Any of us who've ever been through that can probably easily do any Mr. Beast challenge he throws our way, because that is true hell. What are you going to post when the Mr. Beast drama is over? Well, Michael, were you here yesterday or the day before that? We talked about Ed and Lorraine Warren last night, and then the day before that we reviewed ghost videos. So to be honest, I only cover drama that I think is very compelling, and I think that the debate between Ed and Ed and Lorraine Warren. The debate between them was great. Chud and Willy was a good debate, so I wanted to talk about this, especially since we've been covering the Mr. Beast drama on what many people would call the Mr. Beast sweeper side since the beginning. This is very appealing to us, and a lot of my audience would be in on knowing what the difference between what Willy's saying and what Chud's saying, so they know who's right and wrong without me having to really tell them. But
the facts he brings to the table around the disaster that was this production, I think, is pretty substantial, and Mr. Beast should face criticism at that still. Like, that shouldn't all be written off.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think I said when I originally watched that interview, I'm pretty sure I said, this is unpleasant, and Mr. Beast probably didn't do the due diligence, they could have done a better job, etc. What was just so crazy to me...
Bruh, he hardly covers Mr. Beast compared to all these slop commentary bros. I'm so mad I missed the Ed and Lorraine Warren one. I would have been spitting out all their history. I know there was a lot of people in there with very hardcore takes about them, Kaylee. I probably will release that VOD either... Let's see. I just released... I think Willy's Beast video was the first one I didn't agree with. He's usually totally based. Yeah, I didn't like his Nerd City video either. He did. But that was 4 years ago that he did it. So it seems like he just kind of had Nick's opinion and kind of regurgitated a little bit about that. But well done for overcoming stuff you all that have. It's a big thing. Yeah. Anybody who's overcome drug addiction knows that you could pretty much do anything after that point. I think the fact me overcoming a drug addiction is the main reason why I'm trying to go at this YouTube thing. I'm like, if I could do that, I could do anything, you know?
Is it this guy got paid 100K?
You heard right, Carla. I have too much to do. I need to hire...
The extra 190
If I make enough money, I'm hiring people to do this shit for me.
He complained to make it better, and he's still fucking bitching.
Exactly. I mean, we can get to the clips if you want to, if there's any disagreement with this. But I feel that, this is my other point with this. Jake Weddle has lied and manipulated his audience around this.
And thank you for saying that, Kaylee. I agree. I don't think we cover Mr. Beast nearly as much as anybody else.
At times claimed he doesn't want the money, later has taken the money and argued why it's actually good, and he's even changed the reasoning for why he took the money. He's even lied. He's lied about the reason that he took the money.
Really? What did he say?
Well, I'm gonna get it. I've been trying to get like at least an upload a day up on Later It Lately. I think I'm gonna start doing some slop stuff too to put on Later It Lately, like edited videos where I just quickly go over and give my opinions on topics. So that should help juice that channel up too. But I want EG Lately to be like actually informed, educational videos. But yeah, every time you show up, Kaylee, we love you. Everybody loves you in this chat. So, anything you need at all, you got us. I lost family to drugs and alcohol addiction. It's not fun to watch someone go through that either. So kudos. I know. And to be honest, I had... I don't know, like maybe 6, 7 friends that were really close to me. All are dead. Every single one of them are dead from drugs. So when people are like, oh, I don't have any friends, I don't. And it's all because they all lost their lives to drug abuse. Some of them very, very normal people. Not your typical, stereotypical looking drug addicted person. Just regular people. Normal people who grew up in the suburbs, had good jobs, worked hard, died just because they got the wrong batch of shit.
Well, I'll tell you what, the best thing for me to do, okay?
So before we go on...
Yep, go on.
Again, when I'm making a video, it's hard. I got to draw a line between this becoming a fucking Jake Weddle video.
Right, okay.
Right? I'm trying to talk about Mr. Beast employees where he messed up, where Mr. Beast messed up. So it's like a fucking fine line there where I'm walking this tightrope. So I just wanted to talk about the shit I thought Mr. Beast was wrong about. That's why I didn't go into
Yeah, I feel you there, sweet.
It's supposed to be me backing that.
Yeah. And also, to be clear, the overall thrust of the video, Mr. Beast...
Of course, Kaylee. That's what makes this community so amazing, is that everybody in here is so cool.
Done some stuff wrong you should be criticized for. Other stuff is not that bad and it's not a big deal. I'm on board with that. I think the overall...
If I see one more Lunchly comment, dude, I'm going to blow my fucking brains out, man. It's fucking insane. It's probably of the negative comments, 70% are about Lunchly. It's crazy, dude.
And that's why in my video I said Mr. Beast knew exactly what he was doing when he released Lunchly Now instead of a response to the drama. He knew that every single person was going to talk about it, and he knows that the internet has short-term memory loss, so in a month nobody's going to care and people are going to start buying Lunchly. And people gave me so much shit for that in my video about saying that because I was basically being like, it's genius that he's using this to promote Lunchly right now, because every single person on the internet is talking about Mr. Beast. Why wouldn't he promote his product?
That Lunchly thing is such a nothing burger.
How is your chat terminal with Lunchly too?
Dude,
do they all think it's the worst thing ever too?
My chat are based. All of my chat are going to be like the lunchy thing is stupid. I'm sure. Okay. But anyway, listen.
They're gonna say purposely that Lunchly's great because Chud said that.
You referenced the 50K.
I take Oxy for pain management, and I can see how people get hooked. Oh yeah, easy, Steve. Super easy to get hooked on that shit. So be careful. Be very, very careful.
I think you should rewatch that. My implication is you should have taken the 190K. Right? I should have taken all that shit, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
What the fuck are you doing?
I said he should have taken it all too.
My problem with Jake is that he's put himself in a situation where Mr. Beast can never correct the record. He fucked up, or this production was bad. Mr. Beast tries to do good on that by paying him the extra money, which is what Jake asked for in the dog pack video.
Yep.
At least in the text messages. And then when he goes to do that, Jake is still like, well, I'm going to take 50 and fuck you. It's like, well, he can never fix it then.
Yeah, I think that was... I don't think Jake was calculated at all, but I definitely agree 100% with Willy there. I mean, Mr. Beast tried to do the right thing. There's no way out of it. Like, Jake was like, yeah, I'll still take your money, but I'm also going to tell you to go F yourself afterwards. It makes Jake look like a little freaking worm.
You know, how can he never fix it? Like, the whole point of having a legal system where people can sue civilly, right, like with this Amazon Beast Games, is to provide retribution for those people, and then the company can move on and they can correct what they got.
You understand that he took that 50K because he felt it was a good middle ground where you could fucking placate his audience and still get a shitload of money. You do realise that, don't you?
Yeah, what's that have to do with anything I just said, though?
Well, the thing is, you're acting like, oh, he didn't take the 190K and he should take the 190K. Him not taking the 190K is a product of his manipulative approach.
Yes.
To try and placate his audience.
That's true.
Like him taking the money and trying to rationalise getting a big lump sum of money. And that's after saying that he didn't want Mr. Beast's money in the first place. And from now on, he's only going to go after money that he's earned.
So true,
I
Chud.
remember him saying he didn't want Mr. Beast money in the first place.
You're going to watch
That's
these
fucking
clips.
crazy.
Get the toothpicks out now. We're going to watch the clips. Okay?
Watch the
Yeah, again, this is what I'm saying. Chud's been following this since it happened. That's why Chud has such an advantage in this debate. Willie's recapping, really researched this after the fact. Jake sucks. Yeah, Jake's worse. The only person worse than Jake's Cam Nuggets. And I promised I was going to probably start backing off of like shitting on Cam Nuggets because it's just, I think it's a bad look for me. But I got to be, I mean, I can't not say it. I mean, you know. I'm on Suboxone for chronic pain since I was 12. Long, very screwed up story, but has screwed up a lot on my life massively because the doctor screwed up. Still I'm on it. It's baffling. Kaylee, I had the same. I was on Suboxone, which, by the way, sucks to get off of. Just as bad as getting off heroin, by the way. I would switch to Sublocade. It's a shot you get once a month in your belly, and then you don't have to take it. And then whenever you want to stop it, it comes out of your system so slow that you don't have to worry about withdrawal. So I would talk to your doctor, Kaylee, about seeing if they offer that. Because like if you want to get off Suboxone, you can't just stop out of nowhere. You have to get weaned off it for several months. And even when they stop giving you it, it sucks. But if you get the shot, it comes out of your system so slowly that you won't even notice that you're getting off of it. And I think that's what helped get me right. So remember, it's called Sublocade. I would look into that, Kaylee. I think that could help you a lot in life. It changed everything for me when I went from Suboxone to Sublocade. It changed my entire approach to life, to be honest with you.
Roll it, dude.
Roll the clip. Okay, here we go. So.
I didn't realize he said he didn't want any of it. That's fucking insane.
Well, I tell you what. Let me just play the clips because
let's hear it.
I think that there's a few to show you that I think are really going to blow your socks off. I hope. Okay. So here we go. So I've got the first one here. I've called it "Doing It."
I got a folder called Willy.
Imagine a doctor prescribing a 12-year-old Suboxone for over $100 a month. Who would give a child that? Oh, believe me, I know. Wait. What is this shot called? Can you message me that? Yeah, I will message you that, Kaylee. It's called Sublocade. It'll change everything for you, I promise. It still has the same effects. It'll still deal with your pain. When I got my nose surgery, I got my Sublocade shot. I just got a higher dose of it, and it worked the same as a pain med. And now I'm back down to 100 milligrams of Sublocade, and it changed everything for me. He's never brought this up to me in the 15 years. It's newer. It only came out in the last couple of years, but it's a game changer. If every addict started taking Sublocade, I promise you they'd have 10 times better chance of staying clean forever. I bet you.
Back on your fucking pass bar, Chud?
Dude, I'm going to be adding to it too. Okay, I'm going to be scrutinizing all of your previous catalog. Okay, anyway, here we go. So watch this clip first of all.
All right.
Get at me. I'm going to win because I'm being honest and I'm being authentic. And that's something you guys will never have. I don't want an apology, and I don't want your money. Every penny I make moving forward is going to be because I earned it. So, if you think I earned it, $100,000 should have been more money than I was ever going to see in my entire life. So, if you want to prove a point, Patreon in the link below.
Wow.
And I promise you, genuinely, every penny is going to go back into my content.
Isn't it interesting how here he uses him not taking the money as a sort of like a stand to shill his Patreon? Funny that, isn't it, Willy? Hey?
No, I think that's legit. And if I was making a Jake Weddle video, I'd put that in there.
Anyway,
but I wasn't.
clip.
So what the
Roll
fuck am I
next
supposed
clip.
to do there? Roll
Let
it.
me just roll it. Let's go. Okay. So second
That is hold on before you go. That is fucking crazy. He said I'm not taking a penny. I missed that. That is, and then he ended up taking 50K.
Thank you,
No wonder why he
Janie.
felt so guilty and only took the 50. Now that makes more sense.
People
to me.
don't like him because he's a silly, wacky guy, right? That's what you said, more or less.
Well, he said he's a goober. Read as much into that as you want, Chud. Fucking vocab me, dude. Pull out your Webster dictionary on me.
No, the point I'm making is, okay, to be serious, I feel like even if it wasn't your intent, the way you spoke about it, you downplayed this guy so that people just mock because he's like a lolcow. And I'm saying there's a more fundamental dishonesty and manipulation he's engaging in here, and it feels like you kind of missed it, right?
It's not relevant to his claims. Just isn't. Like, it's again the same thing where it's like, I now have to, I'm like saying I don't like waffles, and you're like, what about the pancakes? Like, I'm like, bro, it's not about pancakes right now, bro.
Wait, Willy, I hope you're going to watch my video about Adolf Hitler, where I talk about his Autobahn scheme.
You're lucky, Chappie. A lot of people say they get sick from that.
I don't think every video about Hitler has to be the Holocaust. All right, I believe that shit. I'm in. All right, I don't believe in the fucking. We can be less retarded, dude. We can be less retarded.
I was being a bit facetious, okay? But anyway, let me just play the rest of these clips, okay? Because even if you end up saying that I shouldn't have put it in, I think
just for fun, let's watch them because I probably haven't picked up on a lot of this.
Counteroffer, 50. You save $140,000. You just give me 50. That's going to cover all my debts, some medical bills that I have. I have taxes on the back burner from last year because I'm freelance, and that'll get me back to zero. And
just quickly to note there.
Holy shit, he's 50K in debt. I do remember that actually.
Apparently, wow, 50K in debt. He's going to be back to zero after this money. Listen on.
I get to keep saying whatever the hell I want. I get to keep being honest. I get to keep being authentic. I'm not going to worry about you guys coming after me for being myself. Yeah, great. Bank info still the same? So that's the deal. Oh,
okay. Oh, well, this is important.
You took money from Mr. Beast after all that stuff. You said, yeah, I'm a socialist with a smartphone. Okay? I didn't just fall out of a coconut tree. This money, is this $50,000? Well, first of all,
this is just a reminder how much Jake Weddle sucks.
So let's say it's more like $30,000. I still have.
I hate that he fucking explains taxes.
That's because I was going to wait to see if Joe Biden was going to get rid of those guys.
Anyway, it goes on from there. You can watch the rest of it. But
yeah, I remember this stuff.
Obviously, you know, trying to downplay it there. It was actually only 30K. You know, to me, it's very clear. Despite having said he's taking a stand, he doesn't want the money. Every penny's going to be that he's earned, and then he's shilling his Patreon. Now, when he's got the offer
no worries, Kaylee.
on the table, he's like, ooh, 190K is probably too much. Give me 50K.
Yeah, it's not even a choice. You know, he's saying like that shit.
Now, remember the point where he said,
streaming soon. I'm trying to figure out if I should go to Twitch or stay on YouTube. A lot of drama about YouTube streaming right now. But I did use some of that blood money to invest in my production. So I now have the ability to stream, and I'm no longer editing video.
I was telling Xylee about Jake taking the money but making a deal so he could shit talk as well earlier today. Yeah, but there was no deal, though, Lexi. Never did Mr. Beast ever stipulate why, like, if I gave you $190,000, is it going to affect what you can say about me? I think he created that narrative in his head that if I take 50K, I get to keep talking shit, when Mr. Beast would have gave him 190K and he still would have been able to keep talking shit. That's something that Jake made up. It was never in Mr. Beast's text or anything like that. Plus, Mr. Beast wanted to make sure he got this money because now Jake is cannot be a witness.
On a 2012 MacBook. So,
wait.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Wait, what did he say? Play it again.
Okay.
Streaming soon. I'm trying to figure out if I should go to Twitch or stay on YouTube. A lot of drama about YouTube streaming right now. But I did use some of that blood money to invest in my production. So I now have the ability to stream, and I'm no longer.
Oh, because he didn't pay the debts, is what you're saying.
MacBook.
Well, let me ask you this, Willy. In his previous comment, he said, essentially, to justify it to his audience, whilst having previously shielded his Patreon, having said he doesn't want the money, right?
Yeah.
So, he has said, it's going to get me back to zero, I need to pay my debts. If he took the money to put him back to zero, how has he then got money from the same funds to buy equipment for his stream? I thought it was to pay off his debts.
Someone tried to break into your IV, jeez.
A liar. He lied.
I guess, like, it...
What do you mean you guess? It's fucking open and shut. He claimed to his audience and justified it, saying he needed the money to pay off debts, and later on he
And then he
said,
didn't spend
I
it on
bought streaming
debts.
equipment.
Yeah, that's a good point, Chud.
Yeah, no,
He's not
I would
scamming
agree,
his
but
audience
like,
out
so
of
do you
money,
think he's?
but he's
Are
scamming
you
his
saying the
audience
lie
out
is
of
that? Are you saying the lie is that he's not in debt, or what is the lie?
I don't know
that
what
we're
the
accusing him of?
well, I don't know.
He just said it, Willie. He said that Jake said that he needs the money to get himself back to zero, but that instead, when he got the money, he bought streaming equipment. So, I mean, I don't know what you're missing here, son. No, Jake said he'd take half so he could shit talk. I know Jimmy didn't stipulate that. I'd have loved to see the combo though. I know he did show like particular some of it. He didn't show all of it though. I think he's projecting his regret of only taking that amount. Now he's formed his whole sob story around it. Yeah, and if he asked Jimmy for the rest of it, he's gonna look so freaking bad. So he's kind of put himself in a freaking. He should have just took the 190K. But then again, everybody would hate him because, you know, the guy has just been getting, you know, gift after gift after gift that nobody else gets. You know how much a 190K would change for everybody else? You know how much getting $50,000 to somebody who works really, really hard and all their money goes, every paycheck goes in their pocket right out into bills, and then they kind of have to just live their life with no money? Like, that's not what Jake's experience is. Jake's been getting blessed after blessing after blessing. And you're a socialist too, which is stupid considering you see the power of money. The comparison, okay, hang on. Yeah, that's what I think. So this Jake was going to do some challenge for a lot of money, but Jake couldn't complete the challenge and is upset with Mr. Beast. Essentially, he didn't complete the challenge, so Mr. Beast still gave him $100,000, even though he didn't complete the challenge. But if he completed it, he would have got $300,000. And Jake's now saying, I deserved all $300,000, even though he didn't. He didn't complete the challenge. So then Mr. Beast was like, okay, well, so I guess you feel wrong. So here, I'll give you the opportunity to get the rest of it. And then Jake was like, no, I only want $50K because I'm in $50K in debt. Which, I don't know how you're $50K in debt already after spending $100,000. Like, how do you get that much in debt? I guess due to school loans or something. But then, once he did get the $50K from Mr. Beast, he was bragging about buying streaming equipment. So he didn't use the money to go into debt. Or he didn't pay off his debt. He bought streaming equipment. He might have paid off some of his debt, but he bought streaming equipment instead. He's a socialist, Dave. Why don't he commit to it and share his wealth? Exactly, Dave. Why doesn't he give us some of that money? I'm entitled to it. I'm a fellow citizen.
No, because I don't know his personal finances. All I know is he claimed, I need the money, essentially, to get me back to zero to pay off debt, when he's in a position where he's trying to rationalise it to his audience, because he knows it's going to look bad that he's taking the money. And then later on, when the heat's off, at the tail end of this video, he goes...
Yeah, tax, J-Sauce. It's definitely odd, Gypsy. It's definitely really odd.
Anyway, maybe he does have that.
Isn't this a little nitpicky, though? The fucking lie, like calling him a liar over this?
No, what is nitpicky? I don't think that Willie is even listening to Chud, to be honest with you. I mean, again, how much would it help you guys in the chat if you just received $50K out of nowhere? It would probably change a lot of our lives. And this guy's been again and again offered opportunities for massive amounts of money, and yet he continues to claim how big of a victim he is.
Okay, right.
Maybe this is the part where I get turned on here.
He has lied at some point here. I don't know which point because he's changed his story.
You don't even know, bro. How can we have this conversation?
Because one of those things has got to be a lie, Willie. You fucking.
Oh, Saul, thank you.
He said he's got to get the money to get back to zero. What does that mean? There's no money left.
Yeah, you guys are crazy, man.
What it means is that he's at least 30K in debt or whatever it is.
I mean, the little bit you guys donate to me, you have no idea how big of a freaking help that is. And that's small potatoes compared to, I mean, that's pennies compared to what Jake has been constantly been receiving, you know, but just that little bit helps so much, you know, it's crazy. Also on top of that, I still work full time, and you know, I obviously I work a job that doesn't pay me a whole lot, but the benefits are what I need more than the money. So I work really hard on YouTube to try to make up for that. Jake doesn't know what that's like. He doesn't know what real poverty is. He claims he does, yet somehow manages to burn through $100,000 when most of us don't even make that in a couple years' salary. You know, Jake looks like he'd never know a day's hard graft if a regular job. Heaven forbid he actually had to work for the money. He'd get rich online. Yeah, I mean, he would never. I just don't see this guy ever being able to work hard at a regular job.
the amount of money he's getting, he is in debt. And what this clip means is
thank you, Gypsy Rose. I really appreciate it. Yeah, all you guys who bought something off of my fiance's wish list, you guys are freaking amazing, dude. Seriously, I can't, again, like I say over and over again, we have a small community, but we have a mighty community. And I think that I will, like, days where I'm like, oh man, I'm tired, I don't really feel like streaming tonight. I'm like, no, I'm going to stream because of what they do for me. And that's that, and I'm proud of that. Like once I start streaming, I'm like, I'm so glad I started streaming. Like, this is so much fun. I would never have to worry about where I live if I got 50K. He doesn't know how to budget his money to survive well. Exactly, Rajira. But 50K, I bet you most of us could probably make 50K last a decade. Because we'd probably work other jobs to help pay bills and then use the 50K as like a backup emergency fund. I grew up in real poverty. This is why I always live simply, so that I can share it to those in need. Yeah, Gypsy, and it shows. You're an amazing person. You really are. To get rich quick online mindset annoys me. It will lead to exploitation like this and grifting. I know what I could talk about to get massive views. Like, if I randomly turn and just start hating on Mr. Beast hardcore, I'm sure my view counts would fly up. But then to do that, I'd have to abandon my principles, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I'd rather have 20 people who get me and appreciate my principles than have 1,000 people watch me and know that I'm not speaking from my heart, Yeah, Gypsy has a huge heart, for sure.
Which,
after using
I don't know if that could be a lie.
Taking the money to his audience.
Say that again?
After using the fact he's in debt to rationalize and justify it.
That's what they say, Carla. That's what they say. Some people say he has the best principles.
I guess that could be a lie. I guess that's a lie.
Right,
so he's being manipulative. I agree with that.
He's manipulating his audience in the first instance to solicit Patreon cash, and then when he's got enough on the table, he manipulates in the other direction and goes, actually, guys, I need to take this money, okay?
Yeah, I think the reason Moist Critical has the success he does is because he never abandoned his principles, and he just kept doing it for a long time. And I think that's the, unfortunately, that's kind of the way you got to be. If you want to have longevity on YouTube, the people who fall off are the people who do the get-rich-quick stuff, make a bunch of money, and then burn bridges with everybody, so then the audience abandons them and doesn't want to come back and hear what they have to say because they don't trust them anymore. So then they fall off big time. As where I'd rather build a slow rapport with all you guys, build your trust up, continue to fulfill my job of making sure that what I'm telling you guys is what I truly believe, and then build from there. I think that has a equation for a much longer and more lucrative understanding between me and you guys.
Now I feel like you've hit it. Yes, I agree with that completely.
Okay. And then later when the heat's off, obviously people are probably going to notice he's upgraded his setup or something, and so he's got to try and justify that, I guess. And he tail end of the video, he goes, "Oh, I spent some of that money on streaming equipment, guys."
Wow, that's amazing, Rogera.
I think that's great logic. I think you crushed that there. That's better than just saying he's a liar. I agree with that completely.
Okay, cool. One final point. How much money? Let's say that you were in debt. Okay, you needed 30K just to get back to zero. How much money would you?
I'm never going 30K in debt, bro.
Absolutely based.
I've been so fucking poor at making like $28,000 a year, dude. I never went in debt. If you're putting shit on credit cards, dude, you're being reckless.
Yeah, I have a ton of credit cards, but I only use them and then pay them right off so that I'm not putting myself in debt. Never spend more. I think people get like these $4,000 credit lines and then they max them out, and then they just are like, oh, and then they pay minimum payments on it, and then they end up just burying themselves in the bigger debt through interest. You gotta understand that it's a long game, and you gotta never overspend. Like, you gotta keep within your means, live within your means. Like Gypsy says, live minimally, and you'll be able to do way more. Your money will go a lot further with helping people. Lure us all into false sense of security, and then strike. Exactly, Lexi. You've exposed me to everybody now. I'm gonna lure you all into a false sense of security, and then that is when I'm gonna indoctrinate you all into my cult. Sweet's like, no, not the C word.
I honestly think that.
But if you were like a poor guy who needs 30K to get out of the hole, how much money do you think you spend on streaming equipment?
I don't know how you do that, DSB.
Thousands, probably at least $2,000, right? Is that how much streaming equipment costs you?
They are free money, Lexi, but yeah, you just spend it all and then you wait 7 years and then get another one. And eventually the credit card companies will just never give you anything and you'll never be able to buy a house or get a loan or anything like that.
You stream? I don't stream, so I'm not sure.
Okay, what do you think? Wait, what do you think you need?
Don't
to
say that, Master Toothpick. Sweet Goth will kick your butt.
Oh, so he could do it with just his phone, is what you're saying?
Yeah, right. So
Yeah, yeah.
So the point I'm trying to make is this guy is acting like he spent blood money on streaming equipment like that was a necessary expense.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not. You don't need to spend any money. You've probably got all this.
We're more like a squad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chappie. I can't be broke. I still have checks. Yeah, it's like back in the day when you used to just bounce checks. Like you used to be able to like, if I have a check, I can write it and then it'll bounce, but I still got the goods. Who cares?
I agree with this. So, but yeah, when I'm calling him, just again, are we on the same page with the Goober statement?
So yes, I'd say this.
Okay.
I agree with you that there's some criticism.
Well, you already have a house, DSV, so you're set. I mean, that's the American dream, is getting a house.
The way he presented it was there wasn't more to it than that, and that's why people are going at him. And I'm saying no. There's
Unless you're in my cult, sweet. Before too long, you're not going to be able to get out. You're going to be like my right hand man, and before you know it, you're also the leader of a cult. Everything you ever wanted to not be, all coming crashing down around you. I'm kidding. No, it would never. You could have groups of people who all enjoy each other, but not be culty.
there's actual substantive reasons.
We're just like a group of friends who enjoy hanging out with each other.
So when describing the 50K, instead of saying
you'll get it,
DSB
50K
instead of the 190 or whatever, I should have gone into his inconsistencies. Sure, I could.
It's too late, soul.
Okay. But at the end of the day, like again, it just comes back to the videos on Mr. Beast. Like I can't, waffles and pancakes to a degree,
Sure,
but I think we're on the same page.
Yeah. I don't think we need to.
Unless it's your own cult. Unless you've created a cult of rebels, like a cult against cults.
Anything else?
I mean,
even if it's just phone shit, like again, have you gotten no heat for Lunchley?
I mean, I've covered it a bit. I had one person in chat saying they're trying to give poison to kids, and I'm like, I'm a parent, so from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, there's loads of shit they try and sell kids.
Yeah.
It's a parent's job to step in and go, you can't have that.
Holy shit!
You can have that as a treat, right?
Yes, dude. Holy fuck! It's like a rational take. Yes, I don't understand this whole thing of like kids are running around with like $100, like spending their hard-made like fucking lemonade stand money on Lunchley's and like taking out like fucking debt on Lunchley's, dude, from the mob. It makes no fucking sense to me.
Like, people don't understand that up until probably maybe 12 or 13 or 14, when maybe kids have got a bit of money and autonomy, kids do not make decisions about what they eat. Parents do.
Your chat is based on this.
Well, Eggo waffles are circle though.
Okay. You're not getting distracted by.
But classic waffles are square.
You're not gonna go low cow.
I mean, I don't give a fuck, dude. I get mean comments every day, dude. What's your chat got, bro? You think your chat can touch me? Fucking this British chat, no shot.
Actually, I would feel like the majority of people who watch Chud are Americans, because he is like the only guy I know of who does the drama stuff during the day while everybody's at work. So he's kind of cornered the market there.
But yeah, no, it's. I think I really agree with that. This idea that like there's no parents involved at any point. Yes, there's shitty parents, but if you've got shitty parents looking after,
he's like Oprah, daytime TV.
Overpriced, unhealthy nachos in a box.
Dude, and I'm sick of hearing about how unfucking healthy this thing is. It's cheese, crackers, and lunch meat. Like we gotta act like this is like.
That's true.
Feeding them uranium. It makes no fucking sense to me. Like I worked at a fucking lunch meat factory, bro. You think like, we all know lunch meat's bad for you, but it's not like, is it really the worst fucking thing? It's not like he's feeding them ice cream for lunch, like only ice cream.
Fair.
This is exactly what I made. It's like kids aren't out there eating ice cream of their own accord. Like that's parental control that's going to affect that.
I just don't understand the criticism of Mr. Beast has to become Michelle Obama and like fix the school lunch system. Like these are three rich people coming together to make more money.
Yeah, the big thing with Mr. Beast wanting Prime in his Lunchly is because kids love Prime. It's popular right now. If you have a Prime drink, you look cool to the other kids around you. I know this because my daughter is always asking me for Prime. Why does she want that? Because the other kids in school drink Prime. That's all it comes down to. That's like that's the meat and the potatoes of it. Prime isn't good for kids. It's probably not. But you know what though? If I let my daughter have one and she drinks it, and then I just tell her to keep refilling it to make her think that the other, like, and it's water inside, that to me is me working the system. It's all about the imagery of having Prime.
And I'm all for that. I don't fucking hate that at all. I think that's fine. Like, if rich people want to come,
Oprah's a scammer.
good. Go do your thing, dude. Like,
And you get a prime. And you get a prime.
The Jake Weddle, like, it's not even like the undertones. Like, he's pretty blatant about it. Like, a lot of the heat him and Dogpack bringing to the table comes from like, oh, we're like.
I kind of want to look at that now, J Sauce. I haven't seen that, but this might be exactly making my point here.
You know, guys, the most important thing is to just be yourself. And I feel like when I can't be myself, that's when I need a hydration drink that'll pick me up. That's what I need.
Prime is 100% sugar-free.
Prime has electrolytes, so you can ride your scooter.
And also, Prime has more vitamin A than your body could possibly ever use. I can feel my
f***ing Watch more silly cartoons on Paramount Plus. The cartoons are not suitable for children.
I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie, guys? You know, that's exactly what it is. Like, that's the gist of it. Oh, it's okay, Daniels. You could be behind. So it's McConaughey, and I'm always waiting on him coming back to grift with Tony.
Super lefty socialist who, like, you shouldn't be able to be this rich, so it's bad. Like, you shouldn't be able to sell chocolate because chocolate's
Oh,
bad.
this was his reaction ad?
Communist fucking, like, Hassan talk.
So he basically copied what they had in South Park and made his own version of it. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I will admit, Logan Paul's very good at marketing, you know?
Dude, I feel like...
Can't hate the guy for making a fortune. You can hate on him for scamming people, but...
It's kind of silly and excessive and unnecessary to go into that much, you know, concern about it, and it really ignored. Like, I don't like to do the I'm a parent, I know what I'm talking about shit, but moments like this, I just.
I'll try, J Sauce. I don't know how I could watch that without getting copyrighted, though.
Yeah, you constantly make decisions, you constantly withhold stuff. Sometimes you let them have it as a treat. You know, literally that day that I was talking about it, I think, or something happened. Like, my daughter had got like a Lunchables, and it had Oreos in. It's like, you're not healthy, but it was a treat. It's like, get what you want, you know?
Oh, so you're poisoning your fucking kid. Maybe we should call the CPA on you, dude. Get your child protective services out here.
Yeah, if Dogpack had his way, Chud would lose his kids to this. Prime is like Mountain. It's like Mountain of the 90s. Oh, Mountain Dew. Okay. Prime is like Mountain Dew of the 90s plus millennial era for a new audience. Yeah, what was that drink that us millennials were raised with? Mountain Dew Code Red. Everybody had to have that Code Red. And it was really good, too. Code Red was freaking awesome. It was like the gamer's drink, Mountain Dew Code Red. And I love that. I used to love that drink. But that Mountain Dew is like so bad for you. But again, at the same time, yeah, Code Red was good for a while. It was probably the best soda for a while, in my opinion. But then it just, your teeth start to rot out of your mouth, and you're like, okay, maybe I should stop. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that I drink iced tea the way I do, I'd probably be 6-pack, chiseled, but I love iced tea. I can't not drink it. This isn't water. This is iced tea. It's like, I can't not drink it. You know, I just like it too much. I'm addicted to it. Yep, they had some good codes. Yeah, what they have, a Code Blue? I don't think I've ever had the Code Blue one, but I know Boogie2988 still drinks Mountain Dew. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I'll come at you like a spider monkey, Chip. He'll do it. I've seen him.
But it was like, you know,
It's Ricky Bobby.
You know, they wanted sweets, and I said, no sweets, you can have some fruits. And they got some fruit.
I just cannot believe the back. Like, I posted the video at like 2 a.m., right? Because that's just when I finished editing. I just posted. And when I woke up and looked at the comments, the amount of Lunchly hit, it just infuriated me. I'm like, I will fucking debate anybody on this Lunchly topic. Like, I cannot believe this is a fucking thing.
Yeah, the Lunchly stuff is stupid.
Creator is making videos like talking like this. Like, even the doctors, like, and like health people talking about Lunchly on YouTube, they're all like, yeah, well, I mean, it's healthier than a Lunchable, but it's still shit. Like, of course it is. Of course it is. Has it been pitched anything but that?
Well, I think the thing is, there's marketing spiel they've got.
Ween with kombucha.
Like, yeah, they've done that, but it's like,
I'll try it. I've been drinking iced tea as a kid. It's hard to quit.
What are these high standards for this fucking YouTuber, man?
Yeah, I mean, someone.
Fuck all of you. I'm partnering with Lunchable tomorrow, dude. Fuck all of you.
It's difficult for me because my main criticism of the video was you should have defended Mr. Beast harder, really, if anything.
Oh my god, dude. You're in the minority. I was disappointed to watch your vid, and your criticism was that, because I'm like, bro, it's just not. I'm getting the exact opposite hate is like the majority opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I did have a couple of. I saw there was one nitpicking points, really.
It's so funny. You make a video attacking Dogpack, and everybody who loves Dogpack comes at your neck. You make a video making fun of Mr. Beast, and everybody who likes Mr. Beast comes at your neck. It's almost like YouTube is purposely putting your videos in front of people who are going to hate you for no reason.
But,
yeah, let's go through it.
I feel like there were maybe a couple of times where you were maybe a tiny bit too harsh on...
I'm not familiar with Tab.
Like, I think you were critical of him for leaking...
Is it like an energy drink?
Accusing Lakoya of being a child abuser. And I think for me it was more he was saying, look, I'm not including every single claim. Look at this insane one that I didn't include. And I don't think that's that crazy to do it. Although it does present the issue of, well, why are you including anything else? Because to me, these are just as viable accusations. You know?
So I remember you making that claim. And my problem with how Dogpack went about that is...
Do you guys remember Sobe?
Corroborating testimonies that this guy...
Remember Sobe used to partner with like the X Games and stuff? I wonder whatever happened to that drink.
So they arrest somebody and was moved to a different department of the company, right? Then he goes and pulls out what is a rape accusation.
My neighbor around the block used to work for Sobe, and I remember he had, and X Games was in Philly, he had Travis Pastrana with him, the dirt bike guy. He had Andy McDonald, the skateboard guy, and I think it was like Dave Muir or something, the BMX guy, all hanging out together while he took them around in the Sobe bus. Sobe you, Sobe me. Yeah. Usually it was like a Diet Cola back in the day. Pink Sobe was the best. Yeah. So you know who the millennials are. I think the majority of the millennials in my crowd know Sobe. I hope Kat loves what I got her. You too. I bought another thing, but it's a surprise when you get it. Yeah, you guys have made my fiance the happiest woman in the planet. You guys, like, she will never give me a shit about being a YouTuber again, thanks to you guys all going so generous in that list. Again, it's so crazy. I can't even... Like, now you guys have a right to be like, no, we need EG to stream. You can't get mad at us. We bought so much from your Amazon list. It's like she's like she can't yell at me for working because she knows what you guys have done for us. So it's like, all right, I gotta loan my fiance out to you guys now because you guys helped out so much. It all works out in the end. I'm a millennial. I don't know what Sobe is. Well, Carla, you're out. You're out of here. Get out of here! Didn't you guys ever have Fruit 20 fruit-flavored water? I can't say I have.
That is an entirely new allegation, and he doesn't have any other evidence corroborating it. And then when Nick asks him in DMs, bro, that's a whole new thing. Like, why did you put that in the video if you have nobody else making that claim? He goes, well, because...
Yeah, she loves you guys so much.
That justifies it even further. Well, that's another brand new accusation where you need more...
Yeah, this is all American shit, sweet.
These are now 3 separate allegations. And he's acting...
Yes, you guys do share custody with Kat and my daughter. So, now, my daughter, you know, if she wants my time, there's nothing I can do about it. But she thinks it's so cool that I'm a YouTuber, so she kind of lets me do it. But Kat, on the other hand, yeah, you guys got to share custody with her. But now you guys have made a great case why you should let me have more streaming time, more fun. Yeah, maybe when we move to the apartment, I'll let Little Lately pop on here once in a while. I'll say hi to you guys, and I'll just edit it out when I repost it. But Fruit 2.0, like H2O, I think it was a New England thing. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Like,
maybe we didn't have that in the States.
Same person, so let's just go forward with them. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Kat is number 2. Little Lately's number 1. But Kat knows that because I'm like dad first, and then I'm hubby, and then I'm YouTuber. You know, I think that's the way it works.
I think we kind of just broadly agree on that. Is that it's almost like it's his own personal perception of what is believable that comes into it too.
Yeah, so I feel like that's very criticizable. I think in my brain,
right,
his
so
justification. That is.
Oh, thank you, Daniels.
Revealing this allegation of child abuse, it's just.
You guys are really amazing.
Why are you saying that?
I'm
Why
so.
Are you using a brand new allegation to justify.
I'm like so speechless when it comes to the generosity in my crowd. Like we're so small, but you guys are so freaking mighty. You guys are such like champs, dude. Like I would not trade this community. I would like if they were like, all right, we'll give you 200 watchers, but you have to get rid of everybody in your chat right now. I'd be like, F that, dude. I'd rather have 20 people watching who are as dedicated as all y'all and, you know, get rid of the hundreds of people watching. It'd be a no-brainer for me.
An allegation that hasn't even been corroborated. It doesn't make any sense.
I said he was a pedo. I said he was a rapist. But
yeah, daddy first, hubby second, me third.
Exactly
yeah.
it. Yes.
That's the role.
And that makes no sense to me.
Okay. There was, I can't remember what it was, which to me means it wasn't that important. I think there was a point later. I don't
I'm
know
trying
if
to
anyone
remember.
remembers.
Exactly,
Was there something
Daniels.
about the legal lotteries you didn't like? Of how I covered that?
I just think legal is soy. So
Oh, Legal Soy.
I mean, look, I'm not saying every video of his is a hit, right? But
no, I actually watched that offline
When he-
because I thought it was fairly reasonable what he said.
I'd hardly believe that there's any YouTuber out there that has every video as a hit, you know? It just, you're going to fall flat on your face sometimes. That's just the way it works.
yeah, I think, like, here's my problem with the illegal lotteries criticism. It's like, I just don't care. He stopped doing this years ago, probably because he got help. So the criticism of Mr. Beast is essentially like, well, when he was doing it illegally, I think he knew he was, and he was being malicious about it, which
Should have seen the uproar in Scotland when Jamie Oliver had Iron Bros sugar content reduced. You can take our lives and our freedom, but not our ginger. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
to me makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Why would they keep on getting in my comments of like, why are you sweeping for him? They don't say sweeping. I'm just saying that because you say that. But they're like, why are you defending?
Oh
Mr.
my
Beast
God,
illegal
yeah.
lottery?
Sweeping is like the word of the internet right
They
now.
clearly said that it's illegal, but he stopped doing it years ago. So we're like going back, like we're like doing some, like every YouTuber did this, right? A lot of YouTubers and streamers do this because they don't know that it's illegal.
What
right?
if everyone raped?
So when Mr. Beast stopped 4 years ago,
What if everyone raped Willy? Would that make it okay?
if everyone raped, well, I mean, hold on. In ancient times, bro, people were looking past rape, dude. Even the Pope was like, "Hey, send it on the crusade." So I'm just saying,
That's fucking hilarious. It's not wrong though. The Pope was like, during the Crusade, send it. Like, whatever you do to the non-believers, that's none of our business. Even though it's like against the Ten Commandments. It's fucking funny. They had to release an original recipe, bruh, and cashed in on the alongside the new one. Iron Brew, is its own thing, very Scottish. Guys, have you heard that the golden owl treasure hunt has been found after 31 years? I have not, Mr. Glass. Thank you, though. Mr. Glass is our resident historian, always keeping us up to date with everything. My church says God, first hubby, second kids, third how I have ever always done my kids first. Say what you will about that, but it's just what I do, and all my kids are adults. Yeah, I mean, as a parent, that should be your first priority always. Always what's best for your kids, then what's best for your spouse, then what's best for your lives, your livelihood. I think should be the order of things there, you know? Because your kids, the minute you bring them into this world, they are your responsibility, and it is your job to take care of them, you know? Oh, it got found today. How about that? I'll have to look into that. That might be a cool thing to talk about, Mr. Glass.
it would be seen as different, unironically. Well, that one did.
No, I do agree. To be honest with you, I remember watching that and thinking that's quite convincing of the illegal lottery claims. But then when you think about it more and look at it, like it's an old Facebook thing. I think the problem with it is that Mr. Beast wasn't transparent. I think he went back and deleted it rather than addressing it.
But isn't that okay? He's got to put out a fucking statement that he did an illegal lottery. I don't think that at all. Like, if he was still doing it today, dude, I'm in on this criticism. Like, I'm in, right? If he stopped years ago because he didn't know, it's like most people don't know. Like, that's why Dogpack has to explain it. Nobody knows.
Yeah, fair.
That aspect of his own self-sweeping wasn't that big a deal. I don't think you went into it, which is fine. It's not. But, you know, Mr.
Well, I
Beast
did. I touched on it. And people did not like that I had this perspective.
This next point, I think, wasn't brought up. Which I'm not saying you should have brought up. This is kind of a side thing.
Yeah.
But it does feel like Mr. Beast is kind of sweeping stuff away discreetly. Like the fact he's literally looking at the Shadman poster is now mysteriously missing from his video.
So that I'm on about because he's acting like he just discovered this Ava Chris Tyson stuff. Him realizing he did something illegal with the legal lotteries and then just stopping.
I don't believe that Mr. Beast didn't know about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff.
Lawyers go,
He knew.
By the way, you can't do that. And then he just stops. Like, that's, to me, that's fine. You know, these are not the same level of crimes. Him pretending that he didn't know Chris was saying all this stuff in the Discord, I don't believe, because he's tagged in a lot of it, right? Him saying that, oh, I just discovered, you know, the Chris Tyson claims and blah, blah. Dude, you filmed a whole video in Chris's apartment where you were roommates with him, and that fucking thing's on the wall. The lolly's on the wall. So I think that's more reasonable criticism than going back to the lotteries.
Yeah, indeed. I'm really struggling to find
Thank you, Master Toothpick. Realign yourselves. Remember why we're here.
It's so lackluster, you know.
There's a lot of like when there's drama, and like this happens with Onision or all these people, where it's like, yeah, these people might be legitimately guilty of something, but then it turns into like a hysteria where we start going and talking about everything is bad. So his philanthropy is now bad. His Team C's is actually a big scam because Coca-Cola doesn't recycle. Like the recycling effort is pointless.
Well, technically we're watching Chud and Willy, but yeah, I just want to get it done. We got to finish this, you know?
So instead of getting people to donate, he should be protesting the government and getting...
Right now, I don't really have much to comment on because I agree with both of what they're saying right now. And I think they're both in agreement as well.
Coca-Cola to switch to all glass. It's like the level, the derangement gets hardcore where we're blaming him for rocket ships blowing up as if that's not like an obvious
it's fair
risk when donating to something like that. So I have issues with all sorts of the
class, focus, class. Everybody, what's I forget. 2-inch voices now. 2-inch voices.
Claims or like I watched a clip of you on Twitter where you said it's like Bill like he's getting.
He's saying that Willy's saying that you can't blame Mr. Beast for the rocket blowing up because it wasn't his rocket and he didn't design it and stuff. And he's right.
Compared to like Bill Cosby, right? Like
Jeffrey Epstein.
All because
rapist.
Right. So it's like,
don't seal your lips. Let's just stay on task, class. Okay. Remember the assignment. Like
the problem is like once the hate train stops, there's so many fucking stupid people that just roll with every new thing.
But I do love that my chat is just as ADHD as me. Like I'll be sitting here like going on a big rant about something, and I'll check chat, and you guys are like on your own conversation about something completely different. I respect that about y'all.
You know, this is probably one of the few times where the current commentary community, and like streamers just aren't really big enough to like stop the hate. You know, the hate's gonna roll until he responds. That's just how that's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas alluded to this, but these retrospective videos, which I guess yours is probably the first big example of, are probably going to clear some of this up because at the time, the slop tubers who just put out gameplay footage with speech over it will often just say the right takes.
Yeah.
They'll just be like...
Yeah.
I have I don't hate them, but I do feel like throwing up gameplay and then just giving a quick take and then making a bunch of money off it is like the laziest form of content. You know, and I was tempted to do that because I was like, oh man, I could put DCS gameplay of my flight simulating going on, and I'm sure people will be interested in watching me blow up other aircraft. Why I'd give my takes on these stuff, and then I was like, you know what, I can't. I feel like I disengage too much, and I feel like half the reason you guys come is because my energy is like, you know, my facial expressions, the weird, you know, things I do. Put your finger on the ceiling. Put your finger to the floor, put your finger to your lips, and say no more. Wee bit Scottish child rearing for you. I like that.
Yeah, they're just going with it. They aren't really like thinking that
they're not
hard into it. And part of me like doesn't hate them for it. Like, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
We all are ADHD, Rogera.
I just see it as
all of
what
us.
it is. They're fucking writing, you know, tens of thousands of dollars checks each month for just pumping out a video. Mr. Beast raped. He's done. That's it. And it's like, I can't really hate it. That's the incentive. But it is kind of annoying that it has such a big impact on the discourse. And I think there's a through line from those videos to people in your comments going, but what about the Lunchleys? Because inevitably,
I completely agree.
Has pumped out a video going, yeah, basically Lunchley is like potassium chloride for kids. And they're like, oh yeah, that sounds about right. And you go, I don't think that's true. And they go,
it's better to be addicted to my streams than drugs.
Or like there's all the people that are saying like there's all these people being like, did you see there's a lawsuit about how chemically awful Prime is for you? It's like, bro, that is not the same product. It's like the caffeinated product, which is not in the fucking Lunchable or Lunchly or whatever the fuck. So
yeah,
one of us.
I'm struggling a little bit because I was thinking about just adding a section and just like kind of just going through some of the videos I didn't like of like the commentary channels just rolling with these certain claims.
Yeah. Oh my God. I bet you Cam Nuggets would have ended up on that.
And the problem,
but I doubt he would have mentioned me because I'm not big enough. But you guys need to start showing me some goddamn respect. You will know my name and you will come to fear me, my commentary brethren. Chud's the only person who ever throws me love.
The mental struggle
and Diesel does too sometimes.
I'm in is I do feel like as a commentary channel, you should be held to a higher standard to a degree because the videos you're making on people is affecting people's lives. So
I agree.
Piece of shit. If you're
100%, this was the best take Willy has. That is why I threw such a fit when Cam and all these people were like supporting Dog Pack, throwing out all this shit. Yeah, Augie knows my name now. Yeah, that he kind of had no choice in that though. So, but he, I guarantee that most of the people in the commentary space know who I am. They just won't acknowledge me until I've done something groundbreaking, which might come not in my next video, but the one after that. And some of you guys know what that video is going to be.
You're putting out false information, that is still wrong, even if that guy's an asshole, right? Or if you're putting out illogical information, that's still wrong. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know if I want to necessarily name anybody.
No, Daniel's crew, but I can give you the QR code for that if you want it.
I'm just mowing it through my head.
I'll put my Venmo QR code in there.
Don't worry, I think Chad is naming plenty of people, so I think everyone knows what the deal is. It's difficult because it's like I know that these people are not morally or ethically invested in it. They're just doing it for the paycheck. That's it. If the money was
if anybody knows what the video is, please do not tell anybody.
Because they did that when he was getting criticized months ago.
Because
So, you know.
one, if anybody finds out what the video is, they might try to get out ahead of it. And two, if I am predicting your OnlyFans trailer. Damn it, Lexi! You weren't supposed to see the banana hammock sock before. But yes, Lexi's right. I'm releasing OnlyFans. But it's going to be weird. All right. It's just going to be me basically painting naked. Just slinging paint with my body in weird ways. I heard the secret video is about Hina. I wish. That girl is elusive.
That's the reality.
Like, one of the problems I had, like, and it's just because it was so fucking blatant, is like,
I know. Well, Lexi spoiled it, guys.
After the third video, they're talking about James Warren. I think I don't know how much you covered. I'm assuming you covered all of this shit had done, right? But when it comes to the James Warren stuff, that is obviously something Dog Pack did wrong, where he shouldn't have gone forward with this allegation.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mowing lawns in nothing but a thong. Good luck. Shirtless. That was I said even worse than that.
When it is a checkable claim, you could publicly go check this claim, right? That is an expectation. I'm that every comment.
Did I turn this down? It should be still okay. It's still 1.25.
And, the fact that he goes on Oopaville and is like, yeah, I didn't check it because I put in a Freedom of Information Act and I had to wait 2 weeks. And Oopaville's like, yeah, makes sense. Like, to me, I'm like, bro, what? Like,
yeah, that's terrible.
We think that's a good reason. Like, I have an issue with the way certain people have talked about this shit. Like
someone would pay to see that. Sweet.
We're just doing it because we're mad at getting bad comments. Or like, if we're mad at getting bad.
Funny story, during Army field layout, you're supposed to show you have 7 pairs of underwear, and a buddy held up 5 with 2 banana hammocks. That's great. That's funny. You Army guys, I can definitely see that being something you do. E.g., what's your OnlyFans link so I can subscribe? I do have an OnlyFans, by the way, guys, but I don't have any content up on that. And like OnlyFans for a while was trying to turn it more into like a Patreon style, but now they're just so take it easy, Gypsy. I hope you have a nice night. But like OnlyFans was trying to get away from the adult content and trying to turn it into a Patreon style thing. And there are a lot of creators who have OnlyFans where there's nothing sexual involved in it at all. But now you can't tell people you have an OnlyFans without like expecting them to see you naked on there.
Bad comments, that's fine, but we're submitting to the mob, which I don't like, dude.
I'm gonna get my gat out.
We're supposed to be down to be hated on. People are supposed to shit on us. It's fine, you know.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I think that because it struck me. It seemed to me like when you put it out, because normally you just put your video out and you're like, yeah, whatever. But it seemed like you were open or requesting people to look at it and give kind of feedback and stuff.
So I was because when I put it out at 2 a.m., I just went to bed, and then when I woke up, I was getting tons of criticism that I'm like sucking Mr. Beast's dick, and that I'm paid by him. So it's like, yeah, I was like, dude, I wish any React channel try and make this argument. So I'm like, please, people react and see if that's what I did. Now, obviously, you came to the opposite conclusion, but you know,
yeah, sure.
That was the intention behind that. It wasn't that I put out the video and wasn't confident. It's that it's like 6 hours passed, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm getting kind of owned right now, dude. Like, what the fuck?
So you're looking at the perspective of you're calling me a Mr. Beast sweeper. I'm not sweeping Mr. Beast. Make your argument I am. That was more okay. I get it. Yeah.
And I would love any person with any following to come to that conclusion, because I felt like I was very hard on Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Jay Sauce. A lot of comedians have OnlyFans too for like secret content and stuff like that.
Excuses for him. I feel like the stuff he was guilty on, I really pressed that was wrong. So to me, I struggle to understand how all these people come to that conclusion that I'm paid. And it's purely because Dogpack goes on all these channels and says like, yeah, all these people are paid. It's like, fuck, bro, you suck. You know, I hate that shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I mean, I think overall the thrust of the video is good. Obviously, we've hashed out our disagreements. Yeah. It's been fun. I think that's it. Any comments on the Bo Blacks stuff at all?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in what's going on with Bo Blacks. I'm so over that story. I can't take any more Bo Blacks. Oh my god. All right, let's transition. All right, so guys, as you know, that was the debate between Chud Logic versus Willy Mac Show, two big commentators inside the space. And, you know, a lot of people were saying Willy won this debate, but I don't think so. I don't know what they were watching, but I think Willy had some solid points, but especially when it came to the Tayori stuff, Chud, you know, I think Chud missed a lot of opportunities there, but for the most part, I still think that, you know, Chud won him, at least at least around the Tayori part. But the Jake Weddle stuff, the Tayori part seems like the main thing where they had a disagreement. Seemed like they kind of got along a little better during the Jake Weddle stuff, and then especially towards the end when it came to the Lunchley stuff, they totally agreed. So, you think Chud knew? I don't know. I think he forgot. I think he just forgot all those little details that we remembered, you know, and I think that if Chud were to watch this and see some of the stuff, he probably would have been like, yeah, that's probably a great point EG's making here. That's why I think EG is such the best commentator creator there is in the whole entire world. And if I know what's right, and what's right for me is that EG is going to be a massive creator one day. And I don't know how to stop him. He's an unstoppable force. He's like a freight train coming down. Oh, Chud won. Oh. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I'm not gonna be doing karaoke tonight because frankly I just don't feel like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really feel like it. And that's basically all there is to that. Again, I love you guys so much. For all of you guys who bought something off of that Amazon list that my lovely fiance put together, you guys are fucking amazing. Seriously. I don't think you guys realize how much you literally helped us, because we were gonna buy all that stuff ourselves, and then we were just gonna grit our teeth and get through the next couple weeks till we could get back ahead. So those of you guys who did that, I don't even know how to thank you. I don't even know the words to put together to thank you guys for that. It's amazing. And again, if this isn't a reason for Miss Lately to let me stream longer and create more content for you guys, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But anyway, again, guys, much love to you guys. I will post my Venmo QR code inside of the Discord for those of you who are asking for that. So, at least you guys have that to look forward to. Amy G, thank you for hanging out again. Always a pleasure to see you in the chat. We got a lot to look forward to, guys. We're going to be Monday. Well, I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen here. All right, because we're going to be moving into the apartment over the weekend. We're going to start to move. I'm not moving the internet stuff, the studio, until I know I have internet in the apartment and it works, okay? So I just don't want to disrupt the streaming schedule. So Monday I'll probably be back here and we'll be finishing Resident Evil. It'll be the huge climactic finish to that game, so I'm really excited for that. And then we get to start the second one, Resident Evil Village. So that is something really exciting, which is the second story in Ethan Winters' saga. So that game is much more not as creepy, but more action packed and super, super fun. So again, thank you guys all again so much. You guys are amazing. Kick ass, take names. Y'all know what it's about. Your boy EG. We'll see you guys soon. And if you're not in the Discord, get in there, because that's where we party. We might do, if I have time this weekend, I'm not even going to put it out there. But if I surprise you guys with a watch party, I will tell you. But I don't think we're going to have time this weekend. I think my weekend's just going to be straight up busy as shit. But if I do have time, I will let you guys know in the Discord that we'll be doing a watch party. We'll watch some horror shit. All right. Anyway, much love to you all. I love you guys. Again, this ain't no parasocial relationship. This is a paranormal friendship, right? Right.